Before starting, let's make it very interactive. Any topic you're not able to get it, please tell me. And the best part I'll tell you for everyone, this is without using any coding. We'll learn Tableau. Next 5 days, you'll be just using button clicks, mouse clicks, and you'll be able to do complete Tableau. Hardly 10% we have tried some calculation. There you have to use your keyboard. Rest, there's no coding language, nothing, just button clicks and complete automation. Okay, some people already know BI tools, some do not know. So consider first 1 hour, half an hour will be like your basic telling you what BI tool is. Practically, nothing theoretical. You'll not get bored into this training itself. Okay, I hope you have installed Tableau software in your machine. So here what I'm trying to say is if the software is expired, Tableau desktop will give you 14 days of trial version, 14. After 14 days, you cannot use the software. So here if you observe on my screen, 2019.4.5 will work for 14 days. Yes, I have got this annotation. Great. If you see 2019.4, that many versions are there. So what I'm trying to say is each version will work for 14 days, each version. Okay. So 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, you can keep on installing. So at least 1 year you can take over. If you don't get the license, you can practice. Right now, what you do is you install this version, this one. I've sent you the link in the chat window. Please install this version 2020.1. This is having full features. When you get a paid license, same features you'll be getting here. So it will take like 2-3 minutes to install. Please do that depending upon your RAM. We'll also see how to prepare COVID-19 dashboard in just 20 minutes. By end of the day, you can prepare it and it would be very, very easy. Okay, I think should I start? Meanwhile, you install. Keep it installation. Let's say give me 10 minutes to explain you theoretical topics here. Theory in the sense, few features in Tableau. Okay, it will keep on installing. You just have to look here on my screen. I'm using Tableau 2019.3. I'll use the other version 2020.1. Why did I ask you to install new version below that version? Because after 14 days you can install the newer version and all the workbooks what you have created in 2020.1 will be open in the next version but not in the previous version. So it has forward compatibility, not backward compatibility. Right, I hope you're watching my screen right now. This is the Tableau user interface. Yes, that's the Tableau user interface. How do you say this? So first of all, if you can see, this window will show you the recent workbooks. These are the recent workbooks which I've created yesterday. And on the left hand side, this place you can connect to different data sources. How many data sources you can connect? 77 plus data sources. 77. When I say 77, you can connect to Excel, text file, SQL, Oracle, Redshift, and so on. 77 plus. And what are those 77? If I click on this more button, you can count, it will be 77 plus. Power BI can connect to 99 plus data sources. 99 plus. Tableau 77 plus. Coming back, on the right hand side, it will give you some features like what are the new features coming and some information about the Tableau, latest features and other things. Okay, those options you can see here. Resources and everything, forums. Not so important. Now allow me to pick a file. When you install Tableau, along with that you'll be getting some Excel file named as sample superstore. Okay, this file is like your Amazon, Flipkart, Big Bazaar. What happens whenever you purchase a product, your details are get stored into that account and they generate a record one by one. So the file is stored in some location and I'll just show you the location here. I hope you're observing here. This is important. So when you install Tableau, this is the path where the file gets stored and the name of the file is sample superstore. It's an Excel file, a dummy data you can say. Now I'll just open that file and show you some data because before we analyze, visualize, we should know what the data is there. So this file is having 3 sheets. 3 sheets, that means orders, people and written. 3 sheets are there. And it's like your, as I said, Amazon, Flipkart, Big Bazaar, similar records you have here. So I want you to spend some time and see the column headings, order ID, row ID, order date, ship. Then you have the customer ID details. Now this data is a perfect data. The reason I'll tell you, because it has everything. It has geographical data type, city, country, state, postal code, region, geographical. It has number data type, sales, quantity, discount, profit. It has date data type. It has text data type. Okay, so all different data types are present into this data. And how many records I have at the bottom? You can see 9994 records, almost 10,000 records are there. And the sheet name is order sheet. This data will be using for visualization. Now, one thing you have to observe, the data is clean data. It's a clean data. You don't have to do much effort in this. Right. Now, how to connect to the different data sources? You can see the steps. I'll just click on this Microsoft Excel on the screen and bring that Superstore file, which is kept into some location. And the location I'll tell you once you install the software. That's a location, and I'll pick the file from there. Okay, the steps are very simple. And here comes the file names. These are all the sheet names. These are 3 sheets, and that's a file name, sample superstore. So I'll just pick up this order sheet into this canvas here. The name of the sheet is order sheet. Drag and drop into the canvas. When I drag and drop here at the bottom, these are all the records. A sample of 1000 records would be given. And carefully observe, one thing you have to observe here, every column heading has some data type defined. ABC for string, then you have geographical data type. This is nothing but geographical. That means it's a city, country, state. You can see there's a date data type, number data type, and string data type. So Tableau is very smart. You just push the data, a clean data, and it will automatically recognize data type. You might have a question, what is the use of that? If you want to create a map, you need geographical data type. If you want to create a line chart, you need date data type. If you want to create scattered plot, you need numerical data type. So that's the reason we require this data type here. It's showing as 1000 records. Suppose if I type as 20,000, 20,000 records were not there. We know that. So when I press enter, it will give you the maximum number of records, which is 9994. Maximum number of records are 9994 records. So it's a quick method if you want to find number of records present in the data. This data connection is a live connection. Whenever the data refreshes in the data source, automatically here in Tableau, it will automatically refresh. It's a live connection. And what is extract? I'll explain you in the coming section. Right. So I think this is the basic user interface right now. Coming to this sheet 1. Okay. Just observe for next 5 minutes. After that, we'll start here creating a visuals. Everybody knows pivot table. What is a pivot table and what are the uses of that? Same pivot table is available in Tableau. I'll just create a pivot table quickly. Insert menu bar and click on pivot table for the same orders table. Right. So I brought this windows side by side. So please observe on my screen. Here Tableau is like your pivot table. How do I say confidently? If you see on the screen, in Excel we have columns and we have rows in pivot table. And if you see in Tableau, this is columns and rows. In pivot table we have filters, and in Tableau also we have filter section. In Excel pivot table we have all the column names into one place. All 22 columns are there in this data set. We have at one place. Here also on the left hand side you can see all the column names on the left hand side. So if you know pivot table, you can easily understand Tableau. But Tableau is a bit smarter. It has divided into 2 sections. One is dimension and second is measures. Very easy to understand. What is measures? All numerical columns are known as measures. Okay. All numerical columns are known as measures. So if you observe here, if you see, these are all numbers: discount, profit, quantity, discount, sales. These are all numerical data types. So therefore these are known as measures. So you might have a question now, what is dimension? Apart from numbers, everything becomes dimension by default. Underline the word by default. So what is in dimension? We have everything: text, geographical, date, Boolean values. Everything comes into dimension. Some exceptions are there, like row ID, which I'll explain you why there's an exception. But understand, very simple, all numerical data types into measures. Apart from numbers, everything comes into dimension. I hope you are now comfortable with the user interface. Any doubts, you can ask me. Creating chart is very easy in Tableau. Let's start with the column chart. Allow me to create only 2 charts or 3 charts, and after that you can start doing practically. I'll pick up one subcategory into columns, and I'll pick up sales into rows. Subcategory into columns and sales into rows. So this is a simple column chart. A simple column chart. How many columns are there? If you count, you'll get 17 columns. If you count 1, 2, 3, 17 columns. But Tableau is a bit smarter. At the bottom, it has given how many number of columns you have, 17 columns. So what did I do was, once again, I will just click on this clear sheet button. I picked up any one dimension into columns and any one numerical column into rows, sales. And I'll just click on entire view. Entire view will increase it will occupy full screen. So that is region and sales. How many columns are there? Do not count. You just see at the bottom 4 columns are there. Okay, so that's a very first simple chart, column chart. I'll create a new sheet, and now comes the topic here. How do you remember which to put where? What to put in columns, what to put in rows? Very difficult for a new person. Suppose I'm new to Tableau and I don't know how to create a pie chart. So when I keep my cursor on pie chart, everyone, you have to see what is given at the bottom, because I cannot keep my cursor on 2 places. So when I keep my cursor on pie chart, see what is given at the bottom. At the bottom it says for pie chart, you need 1 or more dimension, 1 or 2 measures. That is a minimum requirement if you want to create a pie chart. So what I'll do is I'll select 1 dimension and 1 measure. 1 dimension, 1 measure. And when I keep my cursor on that pie chart, okay, by the way, only few charts are highlighted. When I select this option, 1, 2, 3, and you see 4, 5, 6, only few charts are highlighted. That means these are the possible charts you can prepare with that combination. So select 1 dimension, select 1 measure, click on pie chart, and this is your pie chart. The pie chart looks very poor, very small. We'll make it rich by clicking on this button, entire view. So it will occupy full screen space. I think there should be some labels, some value should be there. So I can put something into label, region into label, and I can also put sales into label. I'll repeat, and then we can do it. So I selected something, let's say region and sales, and then I clicked on pie chart. To make it look rich, I clicked on entire view. To give some labels, I have put region into label and I've put sales into label. So that's a simple pie chart. This is basic. I have many advanced topics for newcomers just to make you more comfortable. And third and the last chart, then we are doing practical together. I want to show you how to create a map for United States. So by default, there are only 2 maps by default. When I keep my cursor, you have to help me and tell what are the possible things required. So you have to see at the bottom when I keep my cursor here. For maps, you need 1 geo dimension, rest 0, 0, 1 geo dimension. And how do you find out geo dimension? Finding out geo dimension is simple. You see, this is the geo dimension. This is the geo dimension, geographical dimension. So wherever you see this globe icon, you can prepare a map. The moment I click on this button, the moment I click on that state, the column, observe here, only those 2 charts are highlighted. That means you can prepare those 2 visuals. Now I just click on this chart. So if you have name of the countries, name of the cities, only name, nothing else, no geo, longitude, latitude, nothing required. You just bring the name of the cities and countries into one Excel file or SQL or anything and click on that button. A map would be created. India map also will create today itself. Now these are states, but all are blue color. I don't understand detail. Let's say if I want to see profit into color. Now what do I understand from here? You can see wherever there's a dark blue color, higher profitable, dark orange, lower profit, dark orange, lower profit or negative profit or loss, profitable. I don't know what is the name of the city. I don't know what is the name of the state. No problem. You can pick up this state into label. So California, most profitable. Texas, huge loss. If you also want profit, drag profit into label. Once again, and now we are doing a practical. Selected state and then click on this button, this one. A map is created. If you think you want to give some, based on find out some details, sales into color. If you want to give label, state into label. If you want numerical values, profit into label. You can do it with me. I'm just removing everything and doing from scratch. So number one, you can just click on Microsoft Excel and you have to come to this location and select this sample superstore file. This might be different. I'm using 2019.3. Some people will have 2020. So no problem. You can go to that folder. Okay, done. Now, once you open that file, click on open. And once you click on that file, next one, you have to drag and drop. You have to drag and drop this order sheet here. Drag and drop order sheet and click on this sheet 1 and click on sheet 1. Okay. Now, once you click on sheet 1, we are ready to prepare the first chart, a simple basic chart, subcategory into columns and sales into rows. Subcategory into columns and sales into rows. And then sales into label. And you can drag the sales and put into label. Sales into label. And please rename the sheet as column chart. By the end of the training, you will prepare at least 50 visuals, 50. Anyone left behind? Anyone who's not able to do it? Column chart? Nobody. Okay. Let me know if the speed is fast or slow. Yeah. Okay. Then create a new sheet. Click on this plus button and create a new sheet. That's a method to create a new sheet. Now, one thing, if you have noticed this, you cannot read what is given at the bottom completely. If I ask someone, can you tell me like what is this given written here? End user will not be able to understand that this is accessories. This is accessories. Or if I ask you what is this PHON, you cannot tell me because this is phones. I mean, the text is hidden because of the screen size. So not the right way of presenting this visual. So what I can do is when you create a new sheet, in order to make this visual look much better, drag subcategory into rows and sales into columns. Subcategory into rows and sales into columns. In the previous one, it was vice versa. Now I can tell that this is what you call accessories. This is phones. Then click on this drop down and select entire view. Click on standard drop down and click on entire view. And you can drag this sales into label. You can drag the sales into label. Meanwhile, I want you to play with these 3 buttons which I've highlighted on the screen. Try to play with these buttons. Just click on every button 2-3 times. Right. So this is mainly known as swapping rows and columns. This is known as swapping rows and columns. So when you select that, this will exchange the position, rows and columns. The other 2 options are for sorting ascending and descending order. Yeah. So I'll just click on that and you can see vertical column chart is converted to horizontal bar chart, nothing different. And sorting ascending or descending order. So please rename the sheet as bar chart. Now let's create a pie chart, a simple pie chart. You can select region sales and then you can just click on this pie chart. Region sales and you can click on this pie chart. How to select, by the way, region sales? Control click. First select region, control click on sales and then click on pie chart. Right. Now when you click on this pie chart, you can see it looks very small. The chart size looks very small. You can click on the standard drop down and click on this entire view. Click on standard drop down and select the option entire view. Next, you can put region into label and sales into label. Drag region into label and sales into label. Yeah, so Shweta, if you're not getting the chart option, you have to click on this button, show me button. You have to click on this show me button to open that window. Yes, Sharath, how do you something like name of sales rep?
Like it is not there in the source data, but just you want to tag them as label. So if it is not there in source data, how can we do that?
So Sharad has a question. The question is, suppose here there is West something, some numbers are given, 725,000 central. So if you want to write the name of the person, how do I write it here? Or if I want to write the name of the person here, name of the sales rep, and that is not mentioned in the data source. So manually, if you want to write, the method is right click and there's an option as annotate. Right click on the screen, annotate, and there's an option point. Right click on the screen and there's an option as annotate point. And here I can write as Sharath. Okay. And then you can see this name will be visible there. But again, the thing is, this will not change when the data changes. I mean, the chart changes like this, you can point out, or you can just drag and drop to connect to a label there. Okay, so this was a pie chart. Please rename the sheet as pie chart. Okay, do you want to see how to convert this into percentage? That's the most favorite question which I get from participants. How to convert this value into percentage? So Tableau is very smart. You don't have to write the functions. Almost I can say 50 functions can be done by button clicks, 50. So if you want to convert this into percentage, you have to just right click on this sum of sales. Why only this? Because there are many sum of sales. Why did I select only to click on that right click here? So because this is a label, you see there's a T button, that's a label. So right click on that and you can see there's a quick table calculation and percent of total. Right click on sum of sales, quick table calculation and percent of total. Quick table calculation and percent of total. So once you have done, let's create a new sheet. And how to create a map for United States, because the data is from US. Data is of United States, so we'll create a US map. You and me, let's say we don't know how to create a map. We both are new to Tableau. You can just keep your cursor on this map. It will guide you the steps or the fields which are required to create a map. So it requires only one geo dimension. It can be city, state, country, postal code, pin code, anything. So please click on the state, click on state, and then you can click on that map. Right. So I'll select state and then click on this button map here. Right. So it's showing you a map, but no information is given there. Just a blue color map of United States. If you want more information, let's say about sales or profit or anything, which state is highest profitable, which state is lowest profitable. So you can just drag this profit into color. Drag the profit into color. Next, you can drag this state into label and profit into label. State into label and profit into label.
Pavan, this is Girish now. I'm not getting this chart. It's showing me the world map. The American.
My case also same actually.
Yeah. Please share your screen.
So I'm getting this view. I'll take a new shape.
Correct.
Me too, Pavan.
Yes, got it. I'll tell you why the problem is there. Okay, I'm writing something. Can you see on your screen? Yeah. If I write something, is it visible on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So please give me the access, Girish. I've just requested an access. Yeah. Now, so number one, why you're getting the error? The reason is the steps were correct, no problem. When I click on show me, if I click on the show me button, it will hide that window. If you click on that, it will show or it will hide. So in US, there are 50 states total. At the bottom, if you see, it's showing us some error, 49 unknown. 49 unknown. When I click on that 49 unknown, I'll get this window which will help me to edit the locations. So there is some problem. It is not able to identify locations. I'll just click on edit locations and try to find out the root cause. And you can see the root cause is it's trying to find out here Arizona, which is unrecognized. Then we have Florida, which is not able to recognize. What is this? These are name of the states. Okay. These are all name of the states. This states, it is trying to find out in country named as India. In India, we don't have Florida and Arizona. So we have to change the country and select the option as US, United States. So I'll click on this drop down click on this fixed, click on India and try to search for USA, United States. When I click on United States, observe carefully, there are no errors at the backend and it is matching. Okay, no errors are there. Now I can just click on OK button and you will be getting the map for US.
Got it.
Yes.
Pavan, what if we have countries from cities from different countries or states from different countries?
It will prepare, no problem. Today we'll see a chart for that COVID-19, it will prepare. So no extra steps required. We will feed the country also, a helper column. Right now, I'll tell you why the problem is there. Right now, the only column is state. So we have to guide him that this states belong to US, this states belong to India. But there are some columns which will be there by default. For example, we have a column named as country. This country column will help us to solve that issue. We will tell them this is the country. In that country, search for that city or state.
Okay.
Yes. Next one, Shweta, I'm not able to select the map. Now, are you able to select the map, Shweta?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this issues come when you do practical, you get it. Okay, now I hope you have understood we are replacing Excel slowly, gradually. Excel was long back replaced, but BI tool, Tableau or any BI tool, Power BI is replacing Excel. Tableau or Power BI has a capability of replacing 3 softwares. Number 1, Excel, creating charts, visuals. Number 2, PowerPoint. In PowerPoint is used for presentation purpose. You can also use Tableau for presentation purposes. Click on this button. Please click on this button on your screen. When you click on that button, your window becomes full screen mode and it's like a presentation mode. Now press left arrow key from a keyboard. After you click on that button, press left arrow key, left arrow key, left arrow key. So you are replacing a second software named as PowerPoint. If you want to come back, escape button. You can press escape button from a keyboard. I'll click on that button. It becomes full screen. Left arrow key, left arrow key, left arrow key. And if you want to come back, escape button. Okay. In PowerPoint, the shortcut for presentation is F5. F5. Here, the shortcut for presentation is F7. The shortcut for presentation is F7. So you might have a query, why should I replace PowerPoint? I'm very comfortable with PowerPoint. No problem. There are 2 main reasons. Number 1, you prepare PowerPoint presentations every month, every quarter, every day, whenever you go for presentation. Because you get a new updated data, charts get updated. Here, no need of preparing every month, every quarter. Use the same workbook for presentation. Why? It's a live connection. Whenever data changes there, here also the presentation or the charts will automatically update. For example, California is 76,000. Tomorrow, obviously, some extra profit or less profit would be there. This number will automatically update. Number 1 reason. So just prepare one time, present as many times possible. Number 2, PowerPoint is not interactive. PowerPoint is not interactive. What I mean to say by interactive is, if I click on Washington, only Washington is getting highlighted. If I click on California, that is getting highlighted. Very soon, I'll be showing you a dashboard. You click on Washington, all the charts will get filtered and they'll play accordingly. So PowerPoint is not interactive. PowerPoint doesn't get updated automatically. So Excel and PowerPoint we're replacing. Very soon, I'll show you how to minimize usage of Outlook. Excel, Word, Excel, PowerPoint done. Outlook also you can minimize usage. Automatic emails will be sent by Tableau. Now, let's see the actual use of Tableau. Subcategory into columns, and I'll pick up sales into rows, a simple column chart. Okay, just observe on my screen for next 2-3 minutes. So I created a simple column chart here. Now I'll put region into color. Region into color. So when I put region into color, I am getting some legend on the right hand side. That's a legend which will tell me which color belongs to which region. Which color belongs to which region. I'll just click on enter view. Now the question here is, Tableau is a bit smarter tool. If I want to compare central chairs with phones east. Central chairs with phone east. Yeah. Central chairs with phones east. The question is, which one is having higher sales? The question is which one is having higher sales. Right now they both look same. This one looks bigger, definitely. But suppose I only want to compare those two, not the other options. So select those two. Keep your cursor on any selected option for 1 second. Keep your cursor for 1 second. Only this window will come. Then click on this button, keep only. Keep only will keep only those two elements. Earlier, you have to request for the IT person. Now you can do it by yourself. If you do not like, there's a Control Z button, undo button. And let's see if I want to compare three options, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want to compare which one is having first rank, second rank, or higher sales. Select any 4, click on this button, keep only, and you see, I can sort in descending order, and I can say phones is number 1, chairs, binders, and accessories. Control Z we have seen. The second method is from filters, you can just drag and drop it outside. Not only this, suppose you want to compare west or south or east or central. I'm just clicking on the legend on the right hand side. If I want to compare, let's say west with central, I have to take a decision which one is having higher sales. So select those two both and click on keep only. Control Z, or you can just drag and drop. If you want to compare east with west, select those both and click on keep only. This looks a bit dry. We will put some labels here. Sales into label, and I can now quickly compare the values. Okay, so let's do it together. Please drag subcategory into columns, sales into rows. Subcategory into columns, sales into rows, and region into color. Region into color, sales into label, and make sure you select as entire view. Entire view, let's keep a best practice so that we can see full screen. Now you can select any 2-3 items, subcategories randomly. For filtering, select any 2-3 items and then click on keep only. Right. If you do not like, you can press Control Z anytime. Control Z, that's a button on the top, or you can just remove this filter outside. The second method is you can remove that filter outside. If you want to compare regions, you can just simply select any 2 regions and click on keep only. You can select the regions from legend. Keep only. So you can quickly compare the values. And if you do not want, you can filter. Okay. Now comes the main important topic. Important sense, it's useful again. Okay. Now the question here is, I have a question for everyone. The value is 96,261. My manager says to give me the data into an CSV format or Excel format, record by record, line by line. How come the value has come 96,000? Explain me in detail by every record. So if you want to filter and send him the data, let's take an example of Excel. Very simple example. I'll filter East region. First of all, I'm reading from the tooltip. I'll filter East region. I'll filter chairs, copy, paste into new Excel and send via email to my client or the end user, whoever is requesting. Imagine it's not in Excel. The data is not in Excel, but it is in SQL, Oracle, Hadoop, Big Data, or some other data source whose language I don't know, assuming. Or I have to write some code to get the answers quickly. So here you see how easy it is. I will just click on that 96,000 and click on this button, which is given as, it's known as view data. It's known as view data, and this is 96,000 value. But as I said, I'll show you the full data record by record. So when I click on this full data button, and I'll just maximize this window. So as I said, it is like for chairs and East region. Yeah. Subcategory chairs, and for East region, how much we have? 96,000 was the data value. 168 rows are present. And I can export this data into a CSV format to my end user. Okay, I'll just click on this button, export all, and it will ask me to save that into some format. So chairs East sales, save it in CSV format. And when I open this folder, I have this chairs East sales data. So now if I look from a broader perspective, you bring data from 77 data sources, 77 plus data sources whose language you don't know. you can filter quickly data and export into a CSV format very fast. Very quickly you can filter data into CSV format. Okay. So this feature is present in almost all the BI tools. Okay. Select that and click on this button, view data. Or second method is right click and click on this button, view data, and click on full data, and you can export into CSV format. So this is a stacked bar chart. Yeah, stacked bar chart. Right. So if you want to try, please try these three options. One is keep only. Exclude option is removing that, and there's a view data. Three options. Please try this. Okay. I hope it's done right. Anyone left behind, please let me know. So this is creating charts. Many visuals you can create. Now let us talk about filters topic here. Filters is very important topic. Filters. So you have to see on my screen. I'll drag subcategory into columns and put sales into rows. A simple column chart. For next 10-15 minutes, I'll use the same column chart every now and then. Now I'll put sales into label. Subcategory into column, sales into rows, and sales into label. Now this value you have to see here. The highest sales is 3.3 million. The lowest sales is 3000. Highest is 3.3 and the lowest is 3000. My question here is, I only want to see the values or subcategories which are above 2 lakhs. Minimum is 3000, maximum is 3 lakhs. I want to only see values above 2 lakh. Many methods are there. Number one method, an easy layman method, is select this values like this. That's a layman method, not used in real time. Select those values or the subcategories. Keep your cursor on any selected option and click on keep only. Okay. Once again, I can also select below 1 lakh like this, below 1 lakh values, and then keep my cursor on that and click on this button, keep only. These are all the subcategories below 1 lakh. Not the right method, but sometimes you require this. Second and the logical method is subcategory into filters. Subcategory into filters. And these are the 4 windows we have. General, wildcard, and top. So right now, I'll just go to this condition tab here. And I have a logic that it should be filtered by field where sum of sales is above 2 lakh. Sum of sales should be greater than equal to 2 lakh. So what I'll do is I'll just clear this. I'll just move this window on the left hand side and I'll just click on apply. When I click on apply, I'm getting all the values above 2 lakh. How many columns are there? You can see at the bottom, these are 5 columns. 5 columns. Suppose I say I don't want above 2 lakhs, but it should be less than equal to 2 lakh. I'm just changing less than equal to and then click on apply button. So if you see, these values are less than 2 lakh. Okay. And I don't know minimum maximum. So what I did was I have given the labels. Here, if you click on this load button, it will tell you what are the minimum and maximum values. Okay. So minimum value, if you remember, I've told you is 3000 and maximum value is 3 lakh. Yeah, 3 lakhs. Okay. That's a filter part. So I've kept it, drag and drop, and you can put it. Subcategory into filters. I selected condition by field, sum of sales greater than equal to 2 lakh. So please write this value here. Create this column chart, subcategory into column, sales into rows. Some people might be wondering, I have not given the introduction about Tableau, comparison of products, and what is the difference between other products. That I'll take practically. PPT will be at the end of the session. Right. I hope it's working. So I'll write the sheet name as filter above 2 lakhs. Filter above 2 lakh. Yeah, sorry, you're saying something?
In the 2020 version, the way the filter is applied is slightly different to what it is.
Please share your screen. Okay, so actually you have to drag subcategory. Cancel that. You have to drag subcategory into filters. Subcategory on the dimension, yes. And you have to go to condition. Yes. So these are how many 5 columns you have. So Many filters are there. We have like 1 or 1.5 hour of topic on filters especially. Let me give you more interesting part here. We'll again create in filters. That's the first filter here. The second filter I have, I want to find out top 3 subcategories. Top 3 subcategories. And not by values. It should be top 3, top 4, top 5. Yeah. So see the steps. The steps are very simple, very easy. Subcategory, I have first created the same visual. Subcategory sales and then sales into label. Subcategory into filters, and I'll go to this top button. Here I'll select I want top 5 sum of sales. Top 5 sum of sales. Top 5 subcategory by sum of sales, and then just click on apply. That's it. Nothing different in this. So when I click on apply, these are the top 5 subcategories. Top 5 subcategories. So if I don't want top 5, I want bottom 5, I can click on this bottom button and click on apply button. So these are bottom 5 subcategories by sales. Yes. So I'll repeat the topic here. Meanwhile, I hope you have prepared this visual. Subcategory into columns, sales into rows. Top 5 sum of sales. Yes. I hope you're able to do it. Right. Apply, okay. So you can see bottom 5 and top 5 option. Bottom 5 and top 5 option. Now comes the important topic here. Now these are top 5. My manager says, do not show me top 5, show me top 6. So I have to go back and edit the filter. How do I edit the filter? I'll just click on this drop down and click on this button, edit filter. Click on the drop down and click on edit filter. Here I can select the option 6 and click on apply. Okay. Again, my manager said, don't give me 6, give me 7. So again, I'll click on that button, edit filter, and type 7 and click on apply. Okay. So the manager is dependent on me to be present and do that work. So what I'll do is I will create a parameter control and give it to my manager so that he can himself scroll and see top 5, top 6, top 7, all the options there. So that control is known as parameter control. It's known as parameter control here. How do I connect the filter with a parameter control? That's the topic here. You have to click on the drop down and click on edit filter. Click on that filter drop down, that is subcategory drop down, edit filter. There are many methods to create a parameter. The simplest and easiest method is, instead of typing always that fixed value, rigid value, you can just click on the drop down and create a new parameter. You can click on the drop down and create a new parameter. Only 2 steps after that. Only 2 steps. Step number one is you have to give a good name and you have to change the maximum value. Only 2 changes you have to do. So here I can write as select top n subcategories. So let's say select top n. Why I'm giving n value? It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, anything. And maximum I'll keep as 10. Maximum I'll keep as 10 and then click on OK. That's it. Only 2 changes in parameters. Name of the parameter and the maximum value 10. Maximum you can keep 20, 30, no problem. Why I have kept as 10? Total there are 17 subcategories. Out of 17, people will like to see only maximum 10, not more than that. Or you can write 15 also. Now I'll just click on OK and then click on apply. OK. So when I click on apply OK, you can see on the right hand side, I have got this parameter window, parameter control window, which is stored here. Now you can play with that parameter control and the visual will change. Okay, that's a parameter control box. You know, some people find it difficult to scroll. So they want something to type. What you can do is, instead of this scroll or moving slider option, you can click on the drop down and select the option type in. Click on that drop down and you can select the option type in. So, you know, some people have a habit, unless they listen to the keyboard sound, they don't feel happy. So they can type 7, press enter. They can type 9, enter. Okay, not for that, not for the keyboard sound. I'll tell you why it is used. Suppose the parameter would be for 1 to 100. 1 to 100. And if you want to select number 97 on that scroll bar slider, 97, it's very difficult to go and search. Instead of that, you can be very fast, very specific, type 97, press enter. So when you have large numbers, you use the box as type in. Small numbers, you use slider option. Okay, so that's a parameter option. So here you can write as filter top n. or I can write as filter with parameter.
Hey, Pavan?
Yeah.
I have a question. For the select top and the filter guide, can we have buttons there instead of selecting a number there? Can we have 5, 10, 15, 20 as buttons?
Yes, you can have possible. So I have to create a new sheet quickly and show you that. Yeah, this visual will be same common every example which I take, this chart subcategory sales. The question is, instead of that slider or scroll bar or type in box, you want the numbers 5, 10, 20. So the method is, when you drag subcategory into filters, we actually created the option top pen by field. I have shown you this method of creating a parameter from here. So I'll repeat the same steps again. Create a new parameter, but right now creating a new parameter. So what happened was, actually it was allowing a list of range values, and the range was from 1 to 100. Range was 1 to 100 or 1 to 10. But this time what I'll do is, I will select here a list of values which will give me 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just only put 5. And if you want, you can put 5, 10, 15, 20, anything. So here I'll give the name as select top n and some other name, top n 2. Click on OK. And here that's a parameter. So two things you have to observe. Number one, when I click on apply button, the parameter will be stored here and it will be visible here also when I click on apply button. So now I think I'll just click on OK button. So here it was 1. I can select the option 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 5, 4 option. But when you select this 5, I'm getting 5. Now your question was, instead of this drop down, this doesn't look that great. You can click on this drop down, and we have seen this slider. We have seen this type in option. We have a single value radio button. Instead of this 1, 2, 3, 4, you can give some anything. Text you can write, date you can write, numbers you can write, anything.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So what is this? Why we are learning this? Because we are seeing two things side by side. Number one, we are seeing what is filters. How to make this filters independent. I mean, the end user can also use it. So with the help of parameters, they can control the visuals. Okay. So I have just written filter with parameters too. Okay. Coming back, this was filters with parameters. Now let's see something different parameters here. I'll pick up subcategory into rows and sales into text. This time I'm creating a textual table. And if you do not know the steps, if you forget the steps, do not worry. I'll give you the notes also separately. So I've dragged subcategory into rows and sales into text. And you can drag subcategory into filters. Subcategory into rows, sales into text, and subcategory into filters. So you have understood the condition. Condition is based on the values, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 1 lakh. Top is based on the ranking, top 1 rank, top 2 rank, top 3. Now I'm talking about wildcard option. The question here is, I want to filter only those subcategories which are starting with alphabet C. I only want those subcategories which are starting with alphabet C. So starts with C. So I'll select the option starts with alphabet C and then click on apply button. I'll just click on apply and you can see only categories starting with C alphabet are visible. Same way, you can also filter subcategories ending with alphabet something. Let's say S, apply, ES, apply.
We'll just take regular expressions.
This is the regular expression.
Like
Any
dot, like dot, star.
Yeah, see why we put dot star. No, it doesn't. Instead of star, they have given this starts with ends with option. What we put as star, let's say ES, that means starting with anything, ending with ES. So here I'll write as starts with anything and ends with ES. So those things are replaced here itself in this window. Number one. Second thing, if you are more interested in details, we have calculations also, calculated fields, which I'll be showing you in the coming sessions. Yes. So for people who are new to this, I'll explain them two examples why this is used. Suppose I have got mobile phone numbers of people all across the world. Mobile phone numbers with country code. And they have not mentioned the country name, India, Singapore, Japan. So I want to only filter all the mobile numbers which are starting with +91. So I can use this method of filtering the values. Second example, I have got all the email IDs from people across the world, but I only want to filter all the email IDs which are ending with @vmware.com. So I can filter those based on this value. Okay, so in this case, we don't have much example, either starting and ending an alphabet with the textual here. So I'll write as ends with ES. Any text which ends with ES should be filtered. So here, if you observe, everywhere ending word is ES, wildcards.
Pavan, one question. If I want to filter the data right now with multiple conditions, right? Maybe starts with yes and then ends with E and S, something like that.
Starts with S and ends with ES. Yes. So I'll just click on that button, edit filter, wildcard. So here, only one option you can apply at a time.
Yeah.
But multiple conditions. So I'll first of all clear this. I have cleared everything here. And I'll go to this condition option here. I know condition is for numerical values, but none you understand nothing. By field we have seen. Here we have something named as by formula. So I'll click on by formula and write as starts with subcategory, comma S and ends with subcategory, comma ES. You see the syntax while I'm writing, you can see what is the syntax here. Okay, it went away, but let's see. So I should get the output only for this one, you see, supplies. In this case, it starts with S and ends with ES. So let's see, if I click on apply button, supplies. If I say starts with A, apply, B, nothing is there, right? Yeah, bookcases. So that's a formula you have to write in this section. I know it should have come into wildcard, but it came into conditions. These are some functions. There are 180 plus functions in Tableau. 180. It comes under text functions.
So at a time we can have either the formula enabled or the wildcard the options. Start with
Yes, at a time either by field or by formula you can apply. In one window in the sense, let's say in condition tab, you can only select one radio button, but you can select one option from each tab. For example, let me type here as A, apply. So you see 167 and 107,000, 167,100,000, 107,000. So in this also, I can just go to top and select top one and click on apply. So how do you understand? It's a little complicated, but how do you understand? If a new person comes, he can just click on this general window, and at the bottom, this is the summary option. So summary, you have to observe two things here. Number one, it will tell you that the condition is this one and the limit is this one. And what is condition? This is the condition option. And the limit is this one. And the wildcard is this one. I know it is complicated to show everything, but this limit stands for this top and this wildcard tells you this wildcard.
Can we, show this information on the like visualization pane somewhere, like in a text format or something like that? Can we extract this information and show it to the user? Like what are the filters or what are the what do you say? Again, like it's filter. What are the filters that we have been applied on this set?
Okay, here in the worksheet menu bar, somewhere I have the option named as caption, show caption option. This will not give you the entire details, but partially it is helping us. It's like your PowerPoint. It will tell you that it is sum of sales broken by subcategory, and the view is filtered on subcategory, which keeps only accessories. I know it is partial information, not the entire one. I'm trying to figure out. No, what you have filtered is not shown by top one or by fields. No, it is difficult. There might be some other method, but not here right now.
Can we edit this caption?
Yes. So whatever notes I'm giving, you can also write it here. That's a best practice. These are captions. So you can double click here and you can just type some shortcuts which I've given. So I've given the shortcut as F7 is shortcut for presentation.
Okay, at least in the caption we can write it, right? When we
yes.
We can at least inform the user that this has been filtered for these conditions or something like that.
Yes. In fact, you can write here filters also. Interactive filters can be brought here. You can change the title. You can write the caption. 3 places I think you have options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can enable this in the tooltip while.
Yes, in fact, when you keep your cursor here, you can also give some information. Right now it's showing only 2 things, subcategory and sales. You can click on this tooltip button and type here, let's say this is extra. Something I've written here and okay. When I keep my cursor, so that is a tooltip here. In fact, you can write here the mention as top 3 subcategories and click on OK. So on the title also the person can understand. Whenever anything is filtered, I'll show you how to make your title interactive. Yes. So what we'll see after break we have this topic here. Very simple. When you move your cursor or hover your cursor or any element on the visual, you can see any other sheet, any other chart. This is a new feature in Tableau, came in 2019, I guess. Okay, just 2 button clicks and you'll get the answer. We left at some place where I wanted to show you chart within a chart. I am into a sheet named as map. When I keep my cursor, I'm able to see a chart which is in some other sheet. How do I get it? Okay, so the steps are very simple. First of all, this is stacked bar chart. If you remember, we have created a stacked bar chart this way. Stacked bar chart. So the question here is, I want to see this stacked bar chart from this sheet into this sheet. From stacked bar chart into map. Okay, that's the question here. So I have just given a good name, nothing else, to that sheet. And I'll go to the map sheet here. 2 button clicks and you'll get the answer. 2 button clicks. Number 1, click on tooltip. Number 1, click on tooltip and then click on insert. Click on tooltip, click on insert sheets and stacked bar chart sheet. You can add any sheet. I'm just giving an example. You can add any sheet. So I'll add stacked bar chart sheet and click on OK. Yeah. Just back from the break, we have started a new topic. Again, I'll repeat the steps silently for you. So click on tooltip, insert, sheets and stacked bar chart sheet and click on OK. So once you click on OK and when you keep your cursor, you'll be able to see that details about that region. So if someone is asking me what is the California details, so I can say phones is 67,000, storage is 45,000. But I think the size of this, the small tooltip is very small. The size is very small. Let's make it bigger size. Again, I'll click on tooltip and you see this size is given here. Instead of 300, we'll make it as 600. This maximum height and width you can change. Instead of 300, you can make 600, 700, no problem. And click on OK. So this way you can preview your data in a much better manner. Even after that, if I also want to insert a pie chart. So I'll just click on that tooltip again. Again, I'll click on that insert pie chart. I'm adding one more sheet here, pie chart sheet. Meanwhile, I'll write down the topics what we are covering side by side. Day 1 coverage. So we have seen how to create charts like a column chart, stacked column chart, pie chart, a map. Then we have seen filters, parameters. These 2 topics we have seen. We have seen how to use a tooltip. That's it. These are few topics we have seen. Right. So we have understood few charts how to create. Let us see some more visuals. Tableau has by default 24 visuals. If you count, you'll be getting 24. But you can prepare 1000 plus more visuals by just customizing little bit options. So 24 visuals are there. In this next few minutes, we'll see how to create 3 visuals quickly. So every 3 visuals I'll show you to make it presentable better, and we'll see connecting topics to that. Number 1, I'll show you how to create a tree map. The name is tree map, but actually it is not a tree looking structure, tree map. To create a tree map, I don't know the steps. So always remember, you can keep your cursor on that tree map and at the bottom, it will guide you. It will guide you what are the steps or what are the fields required for that tree map. So it says you need 1 dimension and 1 measure. 1 dimension, 1 measure. So I'll click 1 dimension and 1 measure. 1 dimension, let's say subcategory and sales. I'll select subcategory sales and then click on this tree map button. Right. Okay. So once again, I'm just clearing the sheet here right now. I'll just click on this clear sheet and the steps were very simple. Select any two fields, one dimension, one measure, and click on that tree map button. Let me rename the sheet as tree map, and then I can explain you properly. Okay, what this chart is visual is trying to explain you two things. Okay, number one, the dark blue color means having higher sales, and the light blue color having lower sales. Why did I say that? If you see in the legend, the darker blue means higher value, lighter blue lower value. Number one. Number two, if you see the size of this window, the size of this box is bigger, that means it is having higher sales. Size of the box is smaller, that means it's having lower sales. So two things are trying to tell you conveying the same message. One is color, one is size. One is color and second is size. So what happened is, here if you observe, this is size and this is color. See the icons, observe the icons carefully. Same icons you can see here also. Same icons you can see here. Okay, so now comes the question here. The question is, I want to find out of these three, tables, binders and machines, out of these three, which one is the most profitable subcategory. Most profitable, I'm talking about profit. Here you cannot see anywhere profit, only sales are given. So if you want to see and find out quickly the most profitable out of this three, you can pick up profit into color. Profit into color. Okay, profit into color, and now you can see the darker blue color means having higher profit. So if I compare out of this three, binders is having the most profit, as in if you compare with this three option. Tables the lowest. What did I do was very simple. I have just dragged this profit into color. Profit into color. Okay, this is a tree map, a simple tree map. Now one more thing, if you can find out, if I ask you which one is having the highest sales, can you please tell me which subcategory is having the highest sales out of all of them? If you compare with everything, highest sales. Definitely phones. Yeah, definitely phones. The answer is phones, correct. Why did you say? Because the size of phones is bigger, therefore the sales are bigger. Not only by looking at this, but if you see, the sum of sales actually went into this box size. Okay, number one. Second, insights, if you find out of all the products, which subcategory is having the highest profit. Highest profit. You look at the color and you can tell. Clearly it will be visible. The highest profit. Copious, definitely. Copious. Why? Because the color is talking about the profit. And here if you see, sum of profit is into color. Sum of profit is into color. So if you ask me which subcategory should be given more importance, I'll say copious as compared to tables. Copious should be given more importance as compared to tables, because sales are higher for tables, but profit is good for copious, and so on. You can get more details about it. So this is a simple tree map. To create visuals, there are many different methods. Okay, this was the simplest method. The simplest method was select subcategory and sales and click on tree map. I'm just doing it again. Subcategory sales, click on tree map and profit into color. This was easy method. The technical method, or I can say other method, is you can just observe here. 3 steps and I can get that tree map. Subcategory into text, sales into size, profit into color. I repeat the steps again. Subcategory into text, sales into size, and profit into color. So that is the other method of creating tree map here. Now you might have a question. It doesn't look like a map. Why the name is given here? Tree map. Subcategory into text, sales into size, and profit into color. Now I think it will be complicated. So let's leave it here. So I'll write as tree map 2. Okay. Can you please create a tree map for state and sales? Please create a tree map for state and sales. Everyone, create a tree map for state and sales. So when you create a tree map, you have to observe one thing on my screen. This is known as Mark's shelf. This window is known as Mark's shelf, SHELF, or also known as section, Mark's section. Here, the type of chart is automatic. It's given for me as T. T stands for text. In case if you create a map here, state sales as a tree map, and see what has happened. Now the type is selected as square. Okay. the type is selected as square. Okay, so if I put profit into color, so this is the previous example what we have seen. Now, instead of this, if I click on this drop down and instead of this square, by default square is selected. What is square? The size of this box, the shape of this box is square. So instead of this square, if you select the option as circle, instead of square, if you select the option circle from this drop down, the shape of this tree map becomes as circle shape. The story remains the same, but visualization is different. Instead of circle, you can select the option as text. So when you select the option text, it becomes a word cloud or a word map. Some people call it a word cloud or word map. Word map, MAP. Now, this cannot be used for actual presentation, but overall, when you're trying to convey some message, you can mention like this. Let's compare New York and Texas. New York and Texas. Sales in both the states is almost same, but the profit is higher in New York. Why do I say confidently? Because the color of New York is blue color of Texas is orange color, dark orange color. So most profitable, I can say New York. I mean, not most, among them two. New York is the profitable and Texas is in loss. You might not like the color or the size, anything. Let's say if you don't like the color, just click on color and click on edit colors. Let's change the color, click on colors, edit color, and you can just select from this drop down some colors from here. Click on color and then click on edit colors. Click on the drop down to select the colors and apply. Also, you can just double click on this small button here, the color box. You can just double click here to choose your favorite colors. Or in VMware, there might be some standard colors, some templates. Those colors you can modify at the sheet level or at the workbook level. Right. So we have seen a tree map, a word cloud. Yes. Any other visual you think you want to create in Tableau? You want to see in Tableau? Any visual which you think you want to see how it can be created in Tableau? Scattered chart. Yes. Right. Let's see the scattered chart. For scattered chart, you need both numerical axis, sales and profit. I mean, x-axis and y-axis both should be numbers, numerical values. Then only you can create a scattered plot. So as I said, even I don't know how to create a scattered plot. So if you try to find out somewhere, you'll get the option of creating a scattered plot, this one. Okay. So I'll just keep my cursor and at the bottom, it will tell you the details to create a scattered plot. So 2 to 4 measures are required. I'll select 2 measures, sales and profit, and then click on this scattered plot. Select sales and profit in the new sheet and you can click on scattered chart or scattered plots. When you select that option, you'll just get one single circle here, which will actually tell you total sales and total profit. Total sales and total profit. Total sales is 2.29 million and profit is 286. Not giving any good information, just a single dot. Now the question here is, I have total 17 subcategories, 17. I want to see based on those subcategories, what are the sales and profit distribution. So many methods, as I said, you can pick up here subcategory and put into label. Drag subcategory and you can put into label. Subcategory into label. So clearly you can see if you talk about profit, Copious is having the highest profit. This is the profit axis and that's a sales axis. So Copious is having the highest profit, and in terms of sales, phones is the highest selling subcategory. So anytime if you compare with Copious and phones, definitely Copious will be better. So that's a simple scattered chart. But it looks very dry, nothing good in this, just dots are given. What you can do is, there's an option given as size. Option given as size. So please drag quantity into size. Drag quantity into size. So wherever the, having the higher quantity, the size would be bigger. Wherever the quantities is larger, the size would be bigger. Quantity into size. Now, what you can, find out the details about this. Let's compare this Copious with this phones. Copious with this phones. Number 1, highest profitable Copious. Number 2, lowest quantity. Number 2, lowest quantity. So if the quantity is less, so possibility the shipping cost, shipping charges, billing things, packaging would be less required if the quantity is less. Okay, possibility. I'm not saying, because copiers are nothing but Xerox machine. It's very large, bigger size. Phones are very small in size. So, but if they would have been same size, then I can say shipping cost, packaging, everything would be required less because the size is less here. Okay. On the other hand, phones would be taking more charges here. So this way you can find out some more details from this scattered plot. This shapes looks very boring. They are just rounded circles, empty circles. You can click on shape and you can choose whichever shape you want. Even if this shapes looks very boring, you can click on this more shapes button and choose whichever shape you want. More shapes, and you can click on this drop down, and there are a list of many visuals, many shapes you can pick up. Yeah. So I can click on shape, click on more shapes button. From here, you can pick up this bug tracking option. Bug tracking from this drop down, and select that bug and click on apply. You might be having only 3 options. I have many options. I have downloaded the image and kept into some folder. Okay. So that's a simple scattered plot, scattered chart. Yes. Anything else in the scattered plot you're looking for? Any message? Right. Now, when you select this storage, for example, if I select this any item, let's say storage or copiers or anything, I have to keep my cursor and then only I'll get the values here. Profit 55,000, sales 149,000, and quantity 234. Suppose if I want to compare, or if I want to see on the x-axis what is the value, so I should get a drop line here. What is a drop line? You'll be getting a simple line here from here to x-axis and from this location to y-axis. Okay, so if you want a drop line, simply right click and click on that drop line, show drop line. Simply right click on the screen anywhere and click on this button, show drop lines. What is the benefit? If you select any item, you'll be getting a drop line which will tell you the values. Which will show you the connection with x-axis and y-axis. Okay, how did I do that? Right click on the screen, drop lines and show drop lines. Okay. Yes. Any queries? Any doubts? Are you able to follow? Yes. Yes. Salesforce. Do you have Salesforce installed on your machine, Sharath? Sorry. Yeah. So now I think you have understood how to connect to Excel file. That's very simple. There are 77 data sources. So till now we have seen how to create basic charts, how to create filters, parameters. Well, let me just divert you from the topic and take you how to connect to different data sources. Different data sources. Excel. Now I have SQL Server installed on my laptop. SQL Server. So I can show you how to connect with SQL Server here. Yeah. So that's my SQL Server. I'll just click on connect. In this SQL Server, I have a database named as PQ sample. Okay. So this purposely I have not asked you to install. Some people want, some people they can use it. The name of this data source is PQ sample. I'll bring this from SQL Server into Tableau. How do I get it? Very simple. First of all, you have to just right click and from properties, right click on that server properties, and you can just copy the server name. Copy the server name, copy, and then I can just come to Tableau. If you want to connect, you just click on this plus button on the top. This plus button is present here. You can add multiple data sources into Tableau. So I'll click on this plus sign and search for SQL Server. This is the Microsoft SQL Server. And then it will ask me some few details like what is the name of the server, what is the name of the database, the username, password, this credentials you have to give. Now, after giving this credential, these are like very simple, you can understand. Server name and the database. Then it will ask you for the credentials, username and password. Suppose you want to write a SQL query. You can also click here on this initial SQL and you can write a SQL query here. Okay, select star from any table name. Orders. Okay, this one you can write, and also you can insert some different options here. Tableau server URL. These options I've recently added here. Okay, so I'll not do anything. Cancel. So here nothing has to be done. I'll just click on sign in button, and now this is a connection to my SQL server. In SQL server, how do I understand? You see the name of the connection, and it is coming from Microsoft SQL Server. From that SQL Server, it has selected a database named as PQ sample. In that I have a table named as orders, and that orders have been picked up and automatically dropped into this location now. So once you pick up the data, I'll just click on update now. That's a recent data here, and I'll just create a new sheet. So currently my laptop or my Tableau has been connected to two data sources. One is PQ sample from SQL, one is from sample superstore Excel file. So I will just click on that orders PQ sample and pick up category into rows and sales into text. That's it. So this is a connection for SQL Server. Okay. Now, why I have taken this topic? Because Sharath has asked me how to connect to Salesforce. Salesforce I don't have in my laptop, but however, I'll just click on this plus sign and search here for Salesforce, and I'll get the Salesforce option. Here, it will ask me the same credentials like giving the server name or username, password, and then I can log in, and then I can pull data from Salesforce directly. So, Sharath, do you have the credentials? Do you have installed on your laptop?
Yeah.
Prachi. Yeah, Prachi is having that. Prachi, can you please show a demo on your laptop practically? I'll give you the access.
Yes, Pavan.
For you to show, you need to be on the VMware network, right? You just need to have access.
Prachi, are you on VMware network? You might not be. Obviously, you are at home.
Not exactly, but I'll try connecting it.
Yeah, just try. We'll see.
Yeah.
You can share your screen, please. So very soon I'll show you how to connect to Google Sheets, CSV file, MS Access. This I have installed on my laptop, so I can show you practically. Any other data source you want, you let me know. I'll help you. Like someone has asked me how to connect to web data connectors. That also we have practical. Yes. So just hold on. So everyone, please see here. Prachi has connected to Salesforce. She's entering the credentials. Now click on login.
Not working. Button is not working. Sorry.
Okay, button is not working. Then no problem. You can leave.
Yeah, I can see that nothing is.
Okay, no problem.
Button is not working. Pavan.
Then no problem. You can leave it. So let me show you what would be the future steps.
So Pavan, in SFDC, we do have objects in it, which relates to the table. So while connecting, let's suppose we connected to SFDC with Tableau. So we will get the object names as the tables, which you were.
Yes. So here's the notes. The snapshots are not given. You write SQL queries in SFDC.
Yes, Pavan.
Yes.
SQL, similar to SQL.
So what I'll do is I'll send you a link in the chat window also, and this is a official page help of Tableau company. So it is giving you the steps how to do the login here. So I'll ask you to just read only one line, not more than that. Yeah. Enter your username and password for Salesforce. Then click on login. In allow access dialog box, you have to allow. On data source page, do the following. What is data source page? Data source page is present in Tableau. This is the data source page on the screen here at the bottom. Data source page. So here's some settings you have to do and get the data source page. Rest all the steps are same, simple. Yes. So Prachi, your question's answer is here.
Prachi, actually on that screen, right? If you could share your screen, there is one more option. You need to click on that. Okay. Yeah, sign into Salesforce. So basically, it will need the URL or the domain, right? So on the screen that you were showing, you were only trying to add the username and password. It needs the domain. So there is one more option below. You're talking about custom domain? No. Could you share? I tried it and it worked for me.
Or you can share your screen. Yes, you can share your screen.
I logged in actually. Okay, I'll share. Yeah. Tell me.
Use custom domain at the bottom. Link.
Yes. No. Sign in using username and password. Okay. And here you give that. Yes. Right.
Yes. So connections and at the bottom tables.
Objects.
No, at the bottom tables are there.
Yeah. No, wait. Let this process. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm able to see till this point now.
Yes, at the bottom tables. Yes, you can pick up. So what has happened is you have to remove that Everything left on the left one by one. 1 second. You have to remove this and drop it on the left side.
I'll just drag it.
No, there's no clear button. Okay, what you do is click on this drop down and click on remove button. Yeah, now it has went. So anything from tables you can drag and drop into the canvas. Right, so it is not showing you the data right now, but when you create a sheet, that time it will show. If you know any table name and the column name, you can write a custom SQL here. You can double click here. First of all, sorry, you have to remove this. First of all, remove this. You can just click and remove this. Yes. Now double click on this custom SQL and you can write a SQL query here. Here also you have a feature of adding a parameters. That is also possible. Right. Name and ID. Okay, great. Right. So Sharath, I hope you're able to follow, right? You understood how to connect SFDC.
My question here is, so I have this table, the link.
You know, your voice is not audible.
I'm saying, how can I get the data onto the sheets?
You just go to the sheet, create a new sheet.
Yeah, I just clicked. I think so it will take time.
So meanwhile, Kiran, you can get a data from Google Sheets, which I'll show you practically, and MS Teams. MS Teams I've never tried. Let me check that option. MS is a Microsoft product, so Power BI has a good integration with that. Yes, OneDrive files you can pick up.
I think so, because data is there, it is saving time.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Yes, we can take it. Yes. So you can just cancel. I'll share my screen. But okay, you want to use on the sheets, you just drag and drop in the sheet, whatever fields are there, and you can create visual from there. Okay, so connecting to different data source. Let's see how to connect to a Google Sheet. Google Sheets. So I have a Google Sheets in some location kept here. And suppose I open any one sheet here, COVID-19 cases. You have to copy the URL of that Google Sheets and come to Tableau. When you come to Tableau, there's a plus sign. You can connect to a data source, and here there's a Google Sheets option, Google Sheets. So I'll just click on Google Sheets and I have to paste the URL here. It will ask you which account you want to access. I'll say this account I want to access. Allow. And the sheet URL, it's still opening. So that's a URL. I'll just select the option, copy from here. And coming to Tableau, I'll paste the URL here. Click on search. Okay. So what did I do was click on this button, Google Sheets, and then you have to paste the URL here in this location. Click on search button and then click on connect option. Okay. So this was modified by Pavan Lalwani, opened in Google Drive. I'll click on connect. So this is the data in that Google Sheets. You see it's given here, Google Sheets. So you can quickly understand. These are the 3 sheets which are received. I'll pick up any one sheet, let's say 25th March, drag and drop. So these are the leads which I usually get for trainings, and the people contact me from different countries. That's a location here. These are the names. So you see this location, one thing if you observe, this location is ABC. Actually, it should be a geographical data type. And this is a contact. So how do you change the data type? It's very simple. You can click on the drop down here, ABC, and you can change the number, whole number, date and time, and you can convert into some country here. Country. So this is a geographical data type here. Now it's a globe icon. Now coming to a sheet, and I can just see this 25th March name is given here. I can drag and drop location into detail. I'll get a visual here. So I do get contacts, inquiries from this many countries. Right. Google Sheets, you have understood. MS Teams is not by default. MS Teams is not there. Microsoft Teams. So difficult to connect. So direct method is not there. Some other method. Now we will prepare here when to use bullet graph. Yeah, let's see a bullet graph. Virashekar, how to use a bullet chart. Okay, so bullet chart is given here. Bullet chart is used when you want to compare value of one metric with another metric. Value of one metric with another metric, I can say. For example, if you want to compare sales of 2016 with sales of 2017. Sales of 2016 with sales of 2017, and you want to compare. Now, always people have a confusion when to use which chart. That's the biggest question people have usually, when to use which chart. So what I'll do is I'll give you a link here which will help you to get the clear picture when to use which chart. Very big library, but you can use it. If you want to do a comparison, these are the 20-30 visuals you can use. If you are comparing for the rank, these are the visuals, flow. Okay, this notes I'll give you. So coming back to the topic, this material I'll be sharing with you. Coming back to compare two metrics, you need to have first those metrics here. The question here is, I want to compare sales of 2018, let's say 2017 with 2016, and which one is better. So currently I have only a column named as sales. I do not have two separate columns. You can create a column here separately in Tableau. How do you create it? I'll go to analysis menu bar and I can create a calculated field. I can create here a calculated field. So here I can write here as sales 2016. Sales 2016. This is the column name. What will I write is, if year of order date. Okay, how do I write a calculation first of all? So here I'm writing if else condition. If space year of order date. Year of order date is equal to 2016. If year of order date equal to 2016, then what you do is write as sales. Otherwise N. Okay, that's the first column. Second column also I'll create. I'll just replace 16 with 17. That's it. Right? So let's do it. Please create a new sheet and create a calculated field. Create a new sheet and create a calculated field. Analysis menu bar, create calculated field. And here you have to write if year of order date equal to 2016. Analysis menu bar. We are using sample superstore. If year of order date. Why I have taken year of order date? Because this is the column where date field is there. Order date is present here. Then sales and then click on apply. Okay. You should get the calculation is valid. If you're not getting, please let me know. I'll tell you what is the error. The calculation is valid should be visible. Right. Now, when you click on apply, you can see that this sales 2016 is visible here. And the symbol, if you see, it's equal to hash. Equal to stands for calculated field. Hash stands for number data type. Equal to stands for calculated. Hash stands for number data type. So I'll just click on OK button. So this is sales 2016. Now I'll again create one more calculated field. Analysis menu bar, create calculated field. This one will be for sales 2017. Sales 2017 and then apply OK. Apply OK. I'll repeat it if you are not able to get it. But before that, just have a look here. How to create a bullet chart. How to create a bullet chart. So as I said, I want to compare two metrics. I didn't had this field, so I have to manually create it. Sales 2016-17 and I'll select one column named as subcategory. Sales 2016, sales 2017, select subcategory and I'll click on this tree map. So please don't do it. Allow me to do it. Let me explain you what it is trying to convey and then you can follow along. Selected those three fields and click on this bullet chart. Some visual you'll be getting. Okay. And I'll just click on this entire view to show you properly what is going on. Bullet chart. So we have simple column chart, but you see this line is something extra. What this line says, when I keep my cursor, the tick mark or some name is given here. So this will tell you sales of 2017, the small line. And this bar will tell you sales of 2016. So if someone is asking me whether, this is sales 2017. So I can tell them that sales of 2017 is much more higher than sales of 2016, this blue color bar. On the other hand, if you see, this is lesser than 2016. This tick mark, if you see, is 2017 sales is lower than 2016 sales. So I can say sales have declined. They have not increased, but they have declined. Wherever it's crossing the line, like for example, here, here, and here. So that means the sales have declined, this one and this one. Okay. So you and me have time to round up and get the answers quickly, whether the sales have increased or decreased. But my manager, they don't like to see this one by one and select. They want to quickly identify which are having increment in sales or decrement quickly with the help of colors. So I can create here a calculated field, which will tell me sales status. I'll write as simply sum of sales of 2017 is greater than sum of sales of 2016. A very simple calculation. The output will be either true or false because I'm just comparing sum of sales of 2017 greater than sum of sales of 2016. The answer will be either true or false. Apply. Okay. Okay. When I say true and false, carefully observe here. It is giving us equal to TF. Equal to stands for calculated field. TF stands for Boolean data type. This is number data type. This is text data type. geographical, date. So TF stands for Boolean data type, true and false. So this TNF which I've got, I'll just drag and drop into color. I'll drag and drop into color. Wherever you see this orange color, that means sales have increased. The blue color, sales have not increased, it has been decreased. This is bullet chart. When I keep my cursor here, 2017 sales were 40,000. 2016 sales were how much? 25,000. 25,000.
Is it showing something reverse? Because target should be that 2017, right? Ideally.
Yes, it is showing the opposite. Actually, the bar should be for 2017 and this should be 2016. Correct, my mistake. So what you can do is we have to swap the fields. What I can do is I can right click on x-axis, and I can swap reference line fields. Now this line talks about 2016. This bar talks about 2017. So wherever true value is there, that means it is more than the previous year. The sales are more than the previous year. False means lesser than the previous year. And definitely I can change the color. Wherever it is less, it should be in red color. This blue color should be changed by red color. So I'll double click on false, change into, and this true should be into green color. I hope little bit you're able to get it. We'll do it again, but let me also explain you one thing which is hidden. Can you see there's a dark gray color at the back end and light gray color at the back end? Here also you see there's dark gray and there is light gray at the back end. Here you can see clearly this is dark gray and this is light gray. This dark gray color means it's 60%. Yeah, this is 60%. Light gray color means it's 80%. And this line is means 100%. This is of 2016 100%. This is 80% of that 2016. And this is 60% of 2016. So if someone is asking me, for example, if they ask me how much is the sales of machines as compared to 2016 sales, how much is the sales for machine? So I can tell them it is not 80%, not 60%, but lesser than 60%. Lesser than 60%. This line is 60%. So this is lesser than 60%. This is 80% target line, 60%, and this is lesser than 60%. On the other hand, if someone is asking me like what is the sales of chairs, so I can tell them that this is 80%, it is above 80% and below 100%. Yes, Veerashekar, we can apply dynamically filters on percentage. Yes, I think should we not change this 60-80%? It looks very fixed, rigid. No problem, right click. And you can always edit that reference line. 60-80 is just a sample. You can modify, you can parameterize, you can change the values. So I can right click on x-axis, click on that, and I can just type as some value here. Let's say 40, 60 and click on OK. So this becomes now 60 and this becomes 40. This also we can parameterize, we can change. How did I do that? Right click x-axis, edit reference line. Yes. Sharad, we can change it to quarterly data or monthly. Yes, definitely. We can change it. Let's prepare this visual first and then we can see the other part. Right. Yeah. Let's first prepare the simple visual. Number one, select these three fields. In the new sheet, select those three fields and you can click on this bullet chart. Step number one, that was creating a bullet chart. Step number two, you just make it as full screen. Enter view, keep it as by default habit of making it as enter view. Check if the line is 2017 or 2016. You can keep your cursor on the line and check if it is 2017 or 2016. Technically, this line should be 2016 or the previous value or the comparison value. For me, it is 2017. So people who are getting 2017 here, for them only, they can right click on x-axis and swap reference line. Right click on x-axis and swap reference line fields. Now this should become 2016, the target line, and the bar should become 2017. We will try to color for achieved and non-achieved, target achieved and non-achieved. How to do that? Create a calculated field, analysis menu bar, create calculated field. Here I'll write some name, target status. Sum of sales of 2017 greater than sum of sales of 2016. Even if you forget the steps, no problem. I'll give you ready-made notes for creating visuals. Apply OK and then drag and drop into color. Sum sales of 2017 greater than sum of sales of 2016. You can drag and drop into color. So wherever it is true color, true, it's orange color, false is blue color. Actually, false should be red color, true should be green color. So if you want to change the colors, click on color, edit colors. If you want to change the color, click on colors, edit color. And then double click on true and select green color. Double click on false and select red color. Double click on true, green color. Double click on false, red color. Okay. So quickly you can verify which have been achieved or which not have been achieved here. Very fast. Yes. So we have few questions which are in the window right now. Let me solve them one by one. So Sharat's question is there. Right now we are comparing the data based on years 2016, 2017. Can we compare the data based on quarters Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4? So the answer is yes. Two methods are there. Number one, I can just right click and edit the calculated field which I've created. Instead of writing here as year, I could have written as quarters and written here as Q1, Q2, or not Q1, Q2, only 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is one method, lengthy method. Let me show you a shortcut method. When you drag here order date into columns, can you see it's showing as 2016, 17, 18, 19. 4 years it is showing. Or if I drop into rows, I'm getting 4 years. Suppose I don't want in years, I want in quarters. So I can click on the drop down. I can click on that order date drop down and select the option quarter. Okay, once again, order date into rows. If I drag and drop, I'm getting 4 years. If I want quarters, I can click on the drop down and select the option quarters. So it is giving me Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. If I want in months, I can click on the drop down, select the option month. Coming back to the example, in this sheet, if I want to compare with 4 quarters, I can drag the same order date into columns. And if you observe, it is showing me 4 columns, 2016, 2017, 2018 and 2019. But the question was not years but quarters. So I can click on the drop down and select the option quarter. I repeat the steps here. Step number 1, very simple. Order date into columns. Order date into columns. Instead of year, you select the option quarter. And same way you can also select for months. Right. Okay. Next question we have from Praveen. Can we configure quarter or month start and end dates? Yes, we can configure. Okay. So please see here. That's the only bullet chart. That's a topic. Bullet chart is over. Any queries in this? In bullet charts? How to read this data? I know it is little lengthy, but how to read this data? So please observe. Let's talk about chairs. Chairs did not meet the target in Q1 quarter, but in Q2 it is in green color. In Q3 and Q4 it did not meet the criteria or the target. Okay. Same way if you talk about machines, it did not meet in Q1, second quarter it met, third it didn't, and fourth it has met. Okay. When I fully present in the full screen mode, then you can quickly understand. So quarter wise you can compare target achieved or not achieved between 2 years. So this is all about bullet chart. Okay. Now we have a question from Praveen. Can we change the date starting and end date here? In filters, if I choose months, how do I separate 2610 and 26? Yeah, I'll talk about that. Okay, so we have 20 minutes. In this 20 minutes, I have to give you end to end about dates. What is dates and everything. So just observe. I'll allow you to do it again one more time. So just have a look here. I'm talking about dates. When I drag the order date into rows and sales into text, order date into rows and sales into text, it's by default giving me year. If I click on plus sign, it is giving me years as well as quarters. Again click on minus, again click on plus. If I want to drill down, I can again click on this quarters, so it will give me months. Again if I click on months, it will give me days. Minus, minus and plus plus, very simple. So this is what about date. Okay, bullet. This is what you call about date. Now if I want to properly structure, see if I keep on clicking on plus sign, this is not a right format. I don't want my end user to scroll down and see the data. Not a good method, not a good practice. Why not a good practice? This space is not utilized properly. This is a blank and empty space. So what I can do is I can try to play with this data. I can drag this year into columns and quarters and month into rows. So it looks structure format and visually you can easily read out. Okay. So once again, order date into columns. I clicked on plus sign and bring this quarters into rows. Plus sign. I have got quarters and month into rows, and I can drag sales into text. Just a textual presentation. The question here is, in India, quarter 1 starts from April. Quarter 1 starts from April. And here in calendar year, quarter 1 starts from January. How do I change that scenario? If you're using any different tool, Power BI or any other tool, it's very difficult. Here, only one button click, you'll get the answer. Right click on order date, default properties, fiscal start year, and by default it has selected January. I can select the option from here as April. See what happens on the screen. You can see here Q1 it starts from April and Q4 is for January month. Okay, I repeat, I'll press Ctrl Z, and I think you can also do with me now, and we can change this scenario. So drag order date into columns, everyone. Click on plus sign and quarters and month into rows and sales into text. So it's a tabular format structure presentation. The question is how to change this quarter from, it should be Q1 as April. So the method is simple. In Power BI it's very difficult. Right click, default properties, right click on order date, default properties, fiscal start year, and you can select April. Right. So I think Praveen, this is what you're asking, right?
Yeah, one additional thing. So, is there a way that I can change the start date of the quarter? Because we follow a 445 calendar, which is more driven on the weeks rather than the fiscal month.
Okay. Here we have some date functions like date add function we have to use. Right now I'll not show, but however, keep just in this one.
Okay.
Date add, suppose every month we have first of month. So I can just add 3 days in your case and get 4th of every month. 1/1/2019 if you have, if I add 3 days, 4th of January 2019, 4th of January 2019 you can get it. And that we can use it. I'll take it practically, but not now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pavan. Yeah, this helps.
Okay. Another, we have a question here. Let's come back to that question. Yeah. So this was just a tabular format. If you want to present this in a pictorial format, so remove the sales from here and drop into columns. Remove the sales and drop into columns. It gives you some visual which is not so good to visualize and still not able to understand what is going on. So you just change the type of chart. It is automatic. We'll select the type of chart as bar chart. Select the type of chart as bar chart. So it's giving you the sales for every quarter, every year, every month. That's it. And then if you want to add some label, you can drag sales into label. You can drag sales into label. So any chart you can change into any visual, no problem. Now we will see how to create a calendar chart. Calendar. Okay, I have a question here. You asked me, what do you prepare related to dates? What type of charts do you prepare in day-to-day life? First, we will see that, then dates. Weekly chart, yes. That's what I'm trying to cover now. Weekly chart, and then we have monthly chart. Perfect. See, this is the calendar. Usually, you might see if someone from your team has gone through a course of PMP or a tool named as MS Project, you prepare a monthly calendar. So how does a monthly calendar look like? I'll show you. Tableau calendar, quarterly. Yes. This is the visual we are going to prepare now. So wherever you see the orange color, darker red color, that means having higher profit. Gray color means lower profit, and vice versa, you can imagine. So I can present this into form of a table picture so people can see that. Okay. Rather than showing in a column chart, line chart, or table format, this looks better. So I want you to see on my screen and observe few things. If you understand, then we can quickly go through that. This calendar which you can see on my screen, now it's visible. So you see this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On the column headings, I have weekdays. In the column headings, it is weekdays. In the row headings, I have week numbers which are not visible. On the left hand side, it should be week numbers which are not visible. So weekdays on the columns, week numbers in the rows, And you see this 20, 21, 22, these are nothing but days, D-A-Y-S, days. So weekdays, week numbers in rows, in values it should be days, and the month I can prepare only 1 month calendar, that is for April 2020 only, April 2020. So remember this 4 options, you have to remember this 4 options. One is column heading, row heading, a filter is for month and year, and this is day. So allow me to do it, then you can follow along. In columns there was weekdays. So when I drag and drop, let me just remove that fiscal year, it's giving a problem. So when I drag and drop the order date into columns, you remember it was weekdays. So I'll just click on the drop down and select the option as more button weekday. Same way I can pick up order date into rows, again order date into rows. So I'll pick up order date 4 times. In rows, order date was week number, which was not there, but we are trying to bring it. So in a year, there are how many weeks? 53 weeks in a year. Fiscal year, if you pick up, not fiscal year, it is leap year. Okay, 53 weeks. So that's the visual here. Next one, in filters, I had only 1 month and 1 year. So order date into filters, when I drag and drop, I have to select the option as month/year. There are separate months also and separate years, month, year. So I'll select month/year and I can pick up any 1 month. Let's say April 2016. Today is April 2020 and I'll click on apply. Okay. 4th one, again I'll pick up the order date into text. And this should be, it's giving us 2016. That's giving us by default year. So I should select the option as day. And I can just make it as entire view. So I've prepared a calendar. I'll repeat the steps. You don't have to worry. I have prepared a calendar which is giving no information apart from the dates. Now the question here is, I want to see which day was the most profitable day. So I'll pick up profit into color. Profit into color. Wherever you see a dark blue color, the dark blue color is this one, 11. The most profitable. 6 most profitable. 13 and 20, the loss. But nobody likes this kind of visual, because if the person is colorblind, he'll not be able to take fast decisions. So you have to click on this automatic, and instead of text, the color is applied on text, we'll change it to square. So 13 and 20th was not a profitable day, but 11th, 25, 28, you can see properly, was the most profitable. If you do not like square, you can select the option circle. If you do not like circle, you can select the option shape. So when you look at the calendar, you just see in the column headings, row headings, and filter, these options you see. And you can prepare a calendar here. Okay, let's do it. Please bring order date into columns. Order date into columns and convert it into weekday. Convert it into weekday. Again, order date into rows. Again, order date into rows and convert into week number. In rows, when you put, you just convert into week number. When you convert into week number, it shows you 53 weeks. 53 weeks. That means it's giving you entire calendar. So step number 3, we don't want calendar for all the years and all the months. We only want 1 month, 1 year. So order date into filters. Step number 3, order date into filters and select this month/year. Month/year, order date into filters. Month/year and select any 1 month. You can select any 1 month, whichever you want to visualize or analyze. So Deepak, your answer is here. So Deepak has a question. Can we prepare multiple month calendar into one place? If you want 2 months, select 2 checkbox, 3 months, 3 checkbox and click on OK. So we'll only select 1 month right now. Apply. Okay. So this is the 3rd step. And if you observe, we are just taking order date everywhere. 4th step, we want the dates inside this calendar. You see 21, 22, 23. So again, order date into text. Drag order date into text and change it into day. Order date into text and change the value as day, D-A-Y. Change the value as day, D-A-Y. We'll make it look bigger by clicking on entire view. And this is just a raw data. No information is given. Nothing is given here. If you want to see the profit, which day was the most profitable, drag profit into color. Drag profit into color. The color is applied to the text. The color is applied to the text. So you can change, instead of text, you can select square, profit into color. Instead of text, you can select square. Any queries in this? So this calendar is for which year, which month, I am still not sure. But when I just expand this window you see, it's showing us 2016 July 2016. What I want is, I want end user to select which month they want. This is like you and me have decided 1 month calendar we want. So you can give end user checkbox or a radio button. How do you give it? You can just click on the drop down and click on this button, show filter. Click on this drop down and click on show filters. Click on drop down and click on show filter. So the end user will get a flexibility to choose 1 month or multiple months. Click on that filter drop down, show filter. This person will get checkbox and they can select the values. Right. So Raksha, I think this is your question, right? Which you have asked.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Yeah. And Deepak also, you got that reason, right? Yeah. Second method is this one. Drag and drop and you can quickly compare.
Pavan, still I cannot see which month is being selected for the chart. So chart not displaying any day, specific month.
It should convey a message, right? Information, which month is that?
Yeah.
Yes. So see, the question is very good. She has asked me. We know that this is for April month, but the end user doesn't know. See, what is the name given here? MY order date. And this also MY order date. MY stands for month, year. M stands for month, Y stands for year. So what I'll do is, I will give a good title here, that sales for MY. Sales for MY. MY means April 2016. How do I change the title? Double click on this title. Please double click on this title. And this title is like a fixed title right now. So I'll delete that title here. And I'll write here as sales for, just write sales for. Instead of giving the fixed value, the value should change based on MY value. See the value MY. MY stands for month here. So after that, sales for, I'll click on the drop down and select the option MY. Sales for, and you can select this option MY. And then click on apply OK. MY and OK. Yes. So blank can be replaced with text. Sindhuja has a question here. Can we replace this blank values which are given with some text? Can we replace this blank with some text? Actually, there's no data of those dates. There's no record. There was no record for these dates. So if you have nothing, no record, you cannot replace with anything. Technically, you should prepare a separate calendar table with all the dates. Even if you have sales or no sales, then you can connect. Right now, the answer is no. Right now, the answer is no. But when you have some data, then you can replace. Someone was asking me, Sharath, you were asking, or you were saying, right, you prepare weekly or monthly or quarterly chart here. Weekly, monthly or quarterly. So last thing, before I close here, last thing. And if you see here, it's given as weekday, week number, day. So these three options are given. I can replace the title with anything. I can replace with week or weekday or day. So if you're preparing monthly, you select MY. If you're preparing daily, day, weekly, you can select this weekly or weekday. So you have many options to choose from here. Okay, great. So
just click on that. Can you select all?
Yes, all you can select one by one. You mean to say select one by one, all right?
No. Here in the MY order date filter, there is this.
All.
Yeah, what will be the text? I just want to see. No, I just wanted to see the text, how it changes.
It will become like, then you have to manually increase the size like this.
No, not the visualization. Anyway, I'm not going to use this visualization.
Okay, this text all.
Yeah.
So if you use 2, then it will give you some value like this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All month calendar you can scroll and see. Okay, great. So that's the Tableau, working with visuals, charts, connecting different data sources. We start the new topic. We have a question in the chat window. Sharath is asking a question. Like when you're trying to connect with MySQL database, it's giving driver installation error. So Sharath, you have to install an add-in there or the connector.
Yeah, I'm trying to install the connector, the ODBC connector. I was not able to. So here now you can see download and install drivers. Right? So I installed the 64-bit version and I'm trying to connect to MySQL database.
Okay. What error are you getting?
Can I share my screen?
Yes,
I,
yes.
I don't want to interrupt the class. Probably when we get time, we can take a look.
Okay, okay, no problem.
This is the error that I'm getting. Are you able to see my screen?
Now, yeah.
It says the ODBC error. Drive could not be loaded due to system error.
Okay, okay. Let me check. Now, coming back to our topic, just a quick topic revision. Yeah. What are the topics you have seen? These are the charts we have covered till now. Basic visuals. Along with creating some charts, we have seen these topics. How to work with filters, parameters. Tooltip, we have seen date filters, parameters. Partially we have seen. We have not seen in detail, but very soon we'll see in detail now. Now we are going to take this topic. Text filters, date filters, number filters, and then actions and dashboard. Today itself, if you are comfortable, we'll prepare a good dashboard for coronavirus, a basic dashboard, and tomorrow we'll prepare some advanced dashboard. I mean, better visualization. So to cover that topic, we have to also cover this text filters, date filters, number filters. Let us see how to work on that. So I'll create a fresh new Tableau workbook now. Okay, fresh new Tableau workbook, and I'll connect sample superstore file with that. Okay. So the next topic we have for next half an hour is this 3 filters: text filters, date filters, and number filters. When you connect to Tableau software, you can see the sample superstore file will be given by default at the bottom. So you don't have to connect directly on this Excel. You can just select this sample superstore and you can connect it. What I've done is I've closed all the Tableau workbooks and open a fresh new Tableau workbook. And I'll just click on this sample superstore. Click on that sample superstore. Right. So allow me 5 minutes to show you filters topic here. Then we'll do it together. There are different types of filters. Let's talk about text filters first. Suppose I create any visual, let's say subcategory into rows, and I'll pick up here sales into text. Sales into text. Any format I can prepare. Now onwards, I'll work on tabular formats. That means it's a table, and I want to apply some filters on that. Number one, we have seen when we drag subcategory into filters, what is subcategory here? Carefully observe. Subcategory is a textual data type. Okay. So when you drag any text into filters, you'll get this 4 windows, 4 tabs. 4 tabs, out of which we have seen this tabs in detail: wildcard, condition, and top. I have not spoken about the general. What exactly is the general? General is without any logic. Without any logic, if you want to select, let's say if I want to select only art and chairs, I want to compare only those two, then I can just click on apply button. Here there's no logic. Bookcases, and I can just click on apply button. Whatever I'm doing, it's getting recorded. Recorded in the sense, any new person who comes, he'll come to know that the selection are done for 3 values out of 17 values. These are the 3 options I've selected. So I can just select the all option from here. I can click on this all button, or I can click on none button. Okay, all button or none button here. So that is without any logic. Okay, so I'll just click on, let's say I'll select only 1, 2, and 3, random 3 options, and click on apply. Okay. So this was a text filters. Okay, so I'll write down as text filters. Second filter which I want to show you will be date filter. Date filter. So let's say if I pick up subcategory into rows, and sales into text. So I'm talking about date filters. When you drag any date data type, either order date or you draw shipping date, where you can drag and drop into this filters box, then you'll not get this 4 windows, 4 tabs, general, condition, wildcard. You'll not get that window, but you'll get something different here. This window, if I select years option, many people had a confusion when I was showing you calendar. Why did I select this month/year? Suppose if I select year option and click on next. If I select year option and if I click on next, you are aware about this 3 windows: condition, top, and general. We have also seen what is this selection, none, all this option we have seen. I'll click on cancel. I don't want that. When I drag this order date again, I'll do it for 4 and 5 times. Same steps I'll do it again, and you can see the difference. When I drag order date again, if I select quarters, and if I click on next, carefully observe, I have 4 quarters: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. But which year this quarter belongs, 2018, 2019, I don't know. It's all combined. It's cumulative Q1 of all the years, Q2 of all the years. So I'll cancel this. Again, I'll drag order date into filters. If I select month and click on next, how many months I'll be getting? I'll be getting total 12 months. These are 12 months, but again the same story. Which year this months belong? I'm not sure. So it is again a cumulative of all the years. On the other hand, if I drag order date into filters, now if I select this month year, okay. So see the difference between this month and this month year. Month/year. If I select month/year and if I click on next button, see what happens now. There are actually 4 years and 12 months. 4 into 12, 48 months. You can specifically tell that this January belongs to 2016. This September belongs to 2016. And you keep on scrolling down, you can get the options here. Now you can be very specific. Which year, which month. So when we were creating a calendar, you see it's written as April 2020. April is month and 2020 is year. So I'll click on cancel. So I'm trying to tell you, when you pick up any date data type and put into filters, it gives you options to choose the different depending upon your situation. Now, the question is something I hope you're able to follow. If you're not, please tell me, I'll repeat for you. Now, the question is, I only want to see the sales done on weekends, only on Saturday, Sunday. I want to see whether what sales are done on Saturday, Sunday only. So I'll select the option weekday and click on next. I can select all, none. I can only select Saturday, Sunday. When I click on apply, you see at the back end, the values will change here. The values will change when I click on apply button. And if you think you want drop down, you can just click on that drop down. I mean the filter, you can just click on show filter button. So the end user will get this interactive filter also. They can select Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, order date into filters. So what I want is, I want you to spend at least 5 minutes and see these examples and try to figure out where you can use this visuals. I mean this data type filters, weekday, weekends. And I think last one I'll tell you, last one. Suppose you only want to find out the sales done on 26th of Jan of all the years, 26th of January. So I'll select individual dates, 26th of Jan or 15th of August, any holiday if you want to find out. Individual dates, click on next. And here I can type as 26/01 and then click on apply. So these are the sales of this items on 26th of Jan. If you want on 15th of August, select none and type as 15/08. All dates on that 15th August will be visible here. Okay, some error I have in my machine. Okay, but you can quickly find out the values here. What you do is, please create some Tableau format or something and drag this order date into filters and try to see the options. If you want, someone can share your any doubts before proceeding, any queries? No. Someone please share your screen. We'll see how you're doing it. Were you able to do it? Any queries? Any doubts? Yeah, next one. So this was about the date filter. It's only partially completed till now. So what I want to show is something here different. I'll again create here a subcategory into rows and sales into text. Please observe something new I'm showing here related to date. My manager says, show me the data distribution year wise. So I'll pick up this order date into columns, and that's a distribution, year wise distribution. Again, if it says show me distribution by quarter, so I can click on this plus sign. Please here, I'll click on that plus sign and it shows years as well as quarters. And if you only want years, you don't want quarter, you only want quarters. So I can just remove this year and drop it outside. So these are all Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You want month, click on plus, remove this outside. So that's a month distribution. If you want day wise, click on plus and drag and drop it outside. So in all 31 days or whatever days you have, how is the sales done for each subcategory? If you're not interested by day, you can always click on the drop down and select the option as weekday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you can find out what are the sales done. Similarly, you have the option as week number. It will show you all weeks, 53 weeks sales, right? So easily you can divide the data type easily. Now, the main point here is the data should be clean. If you have a clean data, you can perform everything whatever I've shown right now. Cleaning is the most important part. 70% time goes in cleaning data. 70%. Visualization, charts and all, hardly 20%, 10-15% I can say. And other with connecting, refreshing, all this. So now I have a question, please answer someone. What else do you see in date related fields? Do you compare month, year, January month of 2017 with January month of 2016, or quarter 1 with quarter 2, or quarter 3, or week 1 with week 2? How do you compare the values based on what parameter? You can help me out so I can work on that example.
By default, when we are dragging, when we are bifurcating it on the quarter, year, so dates which are coming out is for the current year or which year? Like it is not showing any particular year.
Right. When you drag and drop this order date into columns, it's showing as year.
Yeah.
If you convert into quarter.
Quarter.
Yeah. So this quarter is cumulative of all the years.
Okay.
But in real time, we don't do this way. So then you can click on the drop down and you can select this quarter. There are two quarters. Here also there's a quarter which is Q2 on the right hand side, and bottom quarter will tell you Q2 as well as which year it comes from. And I can put sales value into rows. Sales into maybe label. Okay, once again I'll do it. I'll drag this quarter into order date into columns and sales into rows. When I drag and drop, you will be getting a line chart by default. So if I click on this drop down and if I select quarter, this quarter, it will give you Q1 to Q4, but it will not tell you which year it belongs to. So if you want the year also, so you can click on the drop down and select this quarter. This will only give you quarter Q2. This will give you quarter as well as year. So it is 2016 Q2, 2016 Q4. There are some values which are missing because of the screen size. If I expand the screen size, it will show all the values in between. How about time, date and time? If it is date and time, it will show, no, in this case, we don't have date and time. But if date and time is there, you can see the time also distribution. You see this button here. If I click on this drop down, this is only a date data type. So if it is a date and time, then you can select this option. And time can also be shown into x-axis then. Coming back to this date. This exercise will help you understand. Now we are proceeding towards a new topic. This one, automation. You prepare reports and charts only one time, once in a year, and just click on refresh. The data will be automatically updated for you. Okay, see how. I'm just creating here an order date into rows and I'll pick up sales into text. So please observe, I'll do it twice. This 2016, 17, 18, 19. What I want is, I want to show this data for only last 3 years. So as and when the year increases, if I go to next year, it should show me only for last 3 years. That's the question here. Order date into filters, and I'll click on this button here. Which button? I'll tell you. Relative date. I hope you're now comfortable with these options. They are very simple. This comes the main important topic here. Relative dates. Rahul, yes, relative dates. So relative dates will, if I click on that button and if I click on next, this is 5-star window in date filters. 5-star I can give. Very important topic here. In date filters, I have selected relative date and it is asking me, how do you want to see your dates? So as I said, I want to see based on last 3 years. So I'll select the option from here as years, relative dates, years, and I'll select the option as last 3 years. And I'm not sure the year is starting from which date to which date. Okay, so it is helping us to understand that your year will be starting from 2018 January and ending at 2020 December. Meanwhile, if you also see the options, what are these given here? Now, when I just move my screen and if I click on apply button, so you see the data will be for 2018, 2019. 2020, I think I don't have the data. It's an older version. 2020, I don't have. So it's showing only last 3 years. If I say previous year, it is connecting with your system date and time and finding out that today's year is 2020. Previous year will be 2019. And for our understanding, it has also given the range here. So when I click on apply, only 2019 would be given. This year, definitely I don't have anything. Last 3 years. Same way, if I say last 9 quarters, so that's a data for last 9 quarters. I can select months, last 9 months, last 9 weeks, days, and so on. This is very important. Why I'm saying this? Just let me take an example here. Last 3 years, if I say, when I click on apply and OK, now next year, if you open this file, if you open the file next year, this will change to 2019, 2020 and 2021. Next year again, it will increment. So you just prepare report one time and it will automatically update. Now you might have a question. It will work for each and every visual here. So suppose I create here subcategory into columns, rows and sales into text. I want to see the values only for last 3 years. So I can pick up here order date into filters, select relative date, next last 3 years. So when I click on this button apply, see the values will change here. And every year if you proceed, the values will automatically change. When I click on OK, this is what you call relative date filter. And the best part is you can give a privilege to end user. How? I can click on this drop down, click on this button show filter. So the end user can click on this drop down and choose values according to his requirement, his or her requirement.
Does this work for fiscal years or fiscal?
Yes.
Say for example, now when we consider VMware, our fiscal year ends on in February. So how do?
Suppose I pick up the order date into filters. If I expand this, so your fiscal year ends in February, right?
Correct.
So it starts from March.
Yeah.
So I just click on this drop down and default properties fiscal year start from March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I select the option March, but however, it will not tell you anything related to fiscal year, correct? It doesn't have any option of fiscal year by default. You can work with it, but you have to write some calculation.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you have to write some calculation, then it will work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So from that only I can do this year on year and month to date, everything, right?
Yes. I think you only have asked me the question which I've written here. No,
I did not.
Okay, so filter based on fiscal year. This also I'll take in. Okay, so this is like simple related date option. So this is very important, 5-star I can give. Show filter will help the end user to filter options from there. But you can modify everything and anything in Tableau. Today, people are preparing coronavirus dashboard. So what they're saying is they want to see the data for last day, yesterday's. So they select the option and select yesterday's. What was the count for yesterday? What is the count for today, tomorrow? If you select today, you don't have to do anything. Just refresh the data. How to refresh the data? Right click and refresh. The data will be updated from there. Here you refresh and automatically figures will get it.
When can we use this next option?
Projection, prediction, expected sales, target sales.
Okay.
Maybe based on that. So this is what a date filter. One more date option I think you can try then. This date filter, suppose I have this order date into rows. Now, by default, it gives me years. If I select quarters, it's giving me quarters, month, I can find out. We have seen this many times. What if I select this option as more button and if I select custom weekday, he'll give you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. If I select the option as week number, it will give me 1 to 53 weeks. But the question here is, I want to see the date into MMDDYY format. So I'll go to custom and select the option as month, day and year. Okay, that's a format, date format here. So January 3rd is the first day when the sales was done and 30th of December, let me expand it, 30th of December 2019. What I want is, I'll just click on this drop down, drag and drop order date. This is what you call range of dates. I'm talking about range of dates and earlier was relative date. I will click on next button and this relative date we have seen, this is what you call range of dates. And also you have start date and end date. These three are similar. All three are similar. What will happen is here you can just scroll and find out minimum date and maximum date. And if I select starting date, this end date would be grayed out. End date would be grayed out and you can only see the starting date. You can modify that. On the other hand, if I select ending date, this would be grayed out. Special filter null values and non-null values. So I was talking about range of dates. Range of dates, I'll not do anything. I'll just keep everything as it is. Apply. Okay. But when I right click and click on this button show filter, end user will get this button and they can filter what should be the minimum date. You see February 20, and if I just again filter, see this values, the first value here and the value which is getting filtered here. If you want to clear filter, that's a button, clear button, and I can just move it. No, I'll keep it there itself. And there are few options like relative date option. We have seen that relative date. The other option is start date, and there's 5 options are there. So I want you to just go through that few options and see what it can do for you. So let's start. Let's do it together. Order date into rows. Created a fresh workbook. I hope you have also opened it. So order date into rows, and then click on more button. There are 2 more buttons, one at the bottom and one on the top. One at the bottom and second on the top. So select the top more button, custom, and select month, day and year, and OK. The format is right now MDY, month, day and year. Now you can drag order date into filters and click on range of dates. Next, here you can select the option range of dates and just click on apply. Here you don't have to do anything. This is by default selected. Just click on apply button. Apply OK. Then you can click on that drop down and click on show filter. And please try to play with this few options. There are 5 options. Try to play with these options. You'll understand, get a better idea. OK. Done. Any queries, any doubts? What is browse periods? Browse periods, if you click on that browse periods option, you have 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. The data will be shown for last 5 years, last 1 year, like that. So 1Y stands for year. So 1 year means last 1 year. 5Y means last 5 years, last 3 months, last 1 month. This is browse period. So previous, last periods. Alright. If you get stuck after some days, I'm trying to give you material here. On YouTube, there are a few videos which I've recorded long back for Tableau. There are 7 videos on Tableau. Completely practical, noted. Here, whatever topics I've taken from today morning, entirely given step by step here. For example, we have seen introduction, practical we have seen, downloading desktop, installing, connecting with different database. I have shown you what is Tableau versus Excel. Everything is given. And the best part is the video duration is hardly 5 minutes to 10 minutes average. And it is kept on YouTube. So those are like free videos. You can come back and refer to these topics here. Okay. How to use parameters, charts. Yes. So no need of sharing the link. Just search in YouTube Tableau. You'll get the very first link. Remember the word Tableau. You'll get my link over here. You'll be getting here. Secondly, there are 49 charts I have recorded. Secondly, I have recorded a video course named as 49 charts in Tableau. 49 charts. Today I've shown you calendar chart, bubble chart, stack bubble chart. Those like 49 charts, basic to intermediate. And that link I'll be giving you. Just a moment. I think when we end the session, I'll give you the link itself. Yeah. So I'll give you a coupon code where you don't have to pay anything. But this will be for lifetime. 49 charts. You don't have to remember steps. Okay. So I'll write down here. 2 things I've told you when to use which chart. So those things I'll be giving you. So like this, I have many videos kept on YouTube, like 5,000 videos. If you want to learn Power BI, Tableau, Excel, VBA, everything is there on YouTube. So approximately 5,000 videos are there. Right. So coming back to our topic here. Date filters we have done. So text filters we have seen, date filters. Now let's see the number filters. Number filters, for that we have to create here again a visual, something, subcategory and sales. And just observe here, the highest amount of sales is 330,000 and the lowest is 3,000. What I want, the same story again. I want only sales above 2 lakh or below 2 lakh, above 2 lakh or below 2 lakh. Very fast method, easy method I'll give you. The method is just right click on numbers. I have shown you for text, date and number. Sales is a number. So I can click on the drop down and click on show filter. And you can see I can type here minimum 2 lakh. Or I can manually scroll. Or I can type some value 1,50,000. Very simple, straightforward method. Simply right click on the numerical column, whichever column you want, and just click on show filter button. Right click on numerical column in the measures and click on show filter. Show filter, and you can play with that filter option. So that is based on numbers. So 3 types of filters we have seen: text, date and number. Yes. Let's prepare. Yeah. Are you able to understand, right? All the topics here? Because if you are able to understand, let's prepare a real-time dashboard which is going on right now, coronavirus. So if you're fine, we'll proceed for that. Real-time data, live data. Yes. Okay. So what I can do is you can let's create a new workbook and how about a stock market? I don't have the data for stock market right now. If you have, we can work out. Okay. First of all, let's create a new workbook and you can save this workbook as filters. Please save this file as TWBX as filters. We have seen only filters here. Create a new workbook and you have to just observe here what I'm doing. Tableau company is keeping a up-to-date data set for coronavirus every day. Every night, 10 o'clock, they update the data. I have this link over here. I'll share you the link. The data set is present in different formats. Okay. So data set is present in different formats. So you can see what are the different formats. One is in AWS format. Second is CSV format. Third is a .hyper format. Fourth is Google Sheets format. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 different formats. The data is there. And as I said, it updates every day 10 p.m. PST. Some other time zone is there. So 10 p.m. daily they update the data set. So we'll take the same sample data set, live data, live in the sense every day 24 hours it's refreshed and prepare the visuals. So currently we'll try to pick up a data which is coming from a Google Sheet. Okay, the data is coming from a Google Sheet. So how I'm doing it, just show you that steps. I'll just scroll down and then click on this button, view in Google Sheets. The link is there and I'll send this in the chat window. You can copy that. Meanwhile, in the Tableau, I'll just click on this Google Sheets here. There's a button, Google Sheets, in the new fresh Tableau workbook. And here, no, not that one, Praveen. The spreadsheet I'm sending you, the link, so you can use that link. Once I open that Google Sheets, it's asking me the permission, so I'll give the permission from Google account. Right. And I'll just paste the URL in this window and click on search button. Paste URL, click on search and then click on connect. Now I'll just click on connect. Anyone who's not able to follow? Anyone who's stuck? So once you click on connect, okay, your machine is also taking this much time. Or is it mine only?
Yeah, it is taking much time.
Yeah. So I'll repeat the steps. I've just clicked on Google Sheets. Okay, how did I come here? In the new blank workbook, I clicked on data source, clicked on Google Sheets. It will ask you the permission. So you select some account where you can permit and come to Tableau. Then you have to paste the URL here. Click on search and click on connect. Anyone connected? Anyone is able to connect? Someone?
Yeah, I could connect.
You are able to connect. I think all of us are trying to work on that maybe.
Yeah, just taking time, Pavan. Elapse time 2 minutes.
Okay, so what I can do is I think we'll download the CSV file better. Yeah, still connecting. So what I'll do is I'll send you a CSV file in the chat window. Connect that CSV, that also will work. So similar kind of dashboards we'll be able to prepare in Tableau. Okay, so connected, right? Okay, so I'll also try to connect, and if you're not, I've sent you the file. So connected to that file, COVID-19 cases.
Oh, we didn't receive the file yet, Pavan.
In the chat window, have you received chat window?
Oh, no, not yet. I believe it's taking time to upload from your end.
Okay, however, you just copy the URL. If you're still not able to do it, I'm just sending the URL in the chat window. You can download by going at the bottom somewhere like this. Still connecting, yeah. So in this access the data, you have this CSV file which you can download. So if not, just allow me some time to work and show you the data here. Then you can prepare because it's taking time now. So number one, I have just loaded the data, a CSV file. If you have not got it, we'll get it soon. So COVID-19 cases, that's a text file, and this file has been taken into this box here. Now you have to observe few things. The data type of the columns are automatically converted. Though that the file is CSV format, but it has successfully converted into geographical, date, all this data type it has converted. Now the first one, I can go to sheet 1 and now I'll create a world map for different cases of COVID-19. So to create a world map, if you do not know the steps, you can follow this, what we have done earlier for creating a map. So I'll select country and select difference. I'll select country and difference and click on that map. Select country, select difference, and then you can click on that map. Now, what this visual is trying to say, when you keep your cursor, you will come to know what are the total number of cases till today in US, 799,595. What are the total number of cases in India? 18,174. In Australia, 6,600 cases. So here I can mention it as world map. I can add some labels like country into label, and I can add difference into label. That becomes a little congested, so I can press Ctrl Z to remove that. Okay, that's the first one. Let me prepare one more chart and then we'll do it together again. I only want to create a map for India, only India map for COVID-19 cases. So I'll pick up country and difference, same example, nothing different, and go to this show me button and click on map. It's showing the world map again, but right now I want to filter based on only country India. So I can right click on country region and click on show filter button. Here I can deselect all and only search for India. Okay. Now I think I should put country into label and difference into label. So I filtered based on country. If you want some other country, just clear the filter, deselect all, and you can select Afghanistan, or you can select Angola or Belgium. Any country visual you can show. Bhutan. Okay, so I'll just select India from here. Are you able to connect everyone now?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you are able to connect, you can come to sheet 1 and let's create a map for world map. So select country, select difference and click on this map. Then you can just filter based on the country by right clicking on country and show filter. So you can just click on this show me button to hide the window. To hide the window, you can click on show me button and you can deselect all button and search for India. Next one, if you have done, let us see what are the daily cases coming. So there's a date field and there's a difference field. So date into columns and difference into rows. In the new sheet, bring date into columns and difference into rows. So this date is showing for 2020. Actually, I want to see date on everyday basis. So you know how to convert into MMDDYY. Click on that drop down and select the option from here as more button custom and month, day and year. More custom, month, day and year. So you can scroll and see the values. And I'm not sure what these values are. So you can bring this difference into label. So these are everyday cases across the world. Yesterday on 19th April, the number of cases we found across the world was 89,000. So let's say if you want to find only for India, you can filter the country column, right click on country column and this you can click on show filter button. From here, you can deselect and only search for India. In Maharashtra itself, there were 500 cases yesterday. So yesterday's data, we have 1900 cases across India. Okay, so I can just rename the sheet as day-wise count, and previous sheet was which details you're not able to get, Shweta? The file you mean to say?
Pavan, can you repeat the steps because map is showing disabled. So I have selected country, region and difference, but map is showing disabled.
Please share your screen. So see what you do is on the left hand side, click on country _ region.
Okay.
Now you see when you, and now click on control click difference.
Okay. And the reason these two fields are combined?
Actually, they have created a grouping hierarchy. They have created a hierarchy and for every country, there are some cities, states like that.
And is there any difference between these two maps?
Yes. The second map is a filled map and the first map is a symbol map. So you select one by one, both of them. First one will give you circles. Second map will give you the filled area in their country.
It's better to have a CSV.
Yeah. So this is the second map you have selected. Now click on the first map.
Okay.
So you see circles are shown. The bigger circle will tell you the higher number.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the only difference is this only.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
This will show you filled color. That will show you circle size.
Okay. Thanks.
One question here. Specifically with that data, what you have been used, right? So the country has been used there. How this has been using longitude and latitude related to it? It automatically picking from somewhere or some data is provided?
No, when I go to data source, so what I'll do is I will quickly create here a new file, Excel file, and I'll write here name of the states, 3 states only I'll write, and cases I'll write. So I'll write Maharashtra, then we have Tamil Nadu, and then we have Punjab. Let's say 500, 300, and 100. And I'll save this file on the folder. I'll save it, state-wise data. So here, if you observe, there's nothing, no latitude, no longitude, only the column name is state and the, column name is cases, nothing else. So I'll close this file and come to Tableau, click on this plus sign, connect to Microsoft Excel, state-wise data, and open. So if you only have the name of the column as state or the data is geographical and it is automatically able to identify. So in this case, if you observe, it has picked up state as geographical, this one as number. No problem. Next one. I'll go to that sheet and I want to create a map of India, state and cases. So this thing, if you observe, latitude, longitude, I have not created. It automatically was generated. There are 5 auto-generated fields in Tableau. 5. Yeah. Those are in italic format. So right now I'll just create a map, state and cases, and then click on this button, click on map button here. So again, the same issue, I'll get an error, definitely. What is the error? It doesn't know which country it belongs to, the state belongs to. So I have to click on 3 unknown, edit locations, and I can guide them that the country is not US, it is India. So I made a spelling mistake when I was typing Punjab. Actually, it should have been selected as Punjab properly. So spelling mistake, it will not recognize. So you have to manually change it. Okay. And these are the states of India. I can put state into label and cases into label. So same case here. These are 5 auto-generated fields which are in italic format. 2 of them are latitude, longitude. And whenever you create this kind of visual, I have never used this latitude, longitude, which is visible. It automatically came. So suppose I create state and cases, only 2 fields I'm selecting and I'm creating a map. I am never using this latitude, longitude. It automatically comes here. So coming back, this was day-wise count. Total number of cases in India is, I think, 18,174. And if you see, these are like day-wise count, 600, 1200, 1200, 1900. If you try to combine all, it's known as running total or cumulative total. Then you'll be getting a graph. So let's do that. Date into columns and difference into rows. Date into columns and difference into rows. And I'll convert this into month, day, and year format. Date into columns, difference into rows, and convert the date into MMDDYY format. After doing that, I'm getting the values which are across the world. Okay, not in India, but across the world. I only want to focus for Indian data right now. So the other method is, we have seen this method, show filter. That was a shortcut method. But right now, if you want lengthy method, you can just drag and drop country into filters, and only select India. Country into filters and only select India. Okay, whichever method you are comfortable, you can use this one. What is the benefit of doing this? You are not allowing end user to get a filter here, interactive filter. Okay, I was telling about the cumulative total. Right now, this value, if you see, it's sum of difference. What is different? These are daily cases, sum of difference. So if you want to see cumulative total, then the button is, you have to click on this drop down, quick table calculation and running total. We are using it for the second time. First time we have used in the pie chart. So quick table calculation, and then you can click on running total. So this is cumulative total here. Cumulative total cases here. Yes, maybe CSV file might be updated. No, it's 10 p.m. PST and Google Sheets also 10 p.m. PST. They both have same data. So I'm getting how much? 18,000 cases, 19th April. Today is 20th April. You might have seen this kind of example here, right? This chart. So we'll be preparing this visual now. The question here is, I want to compare few countries on line chart. What was the number of cases on day 1, day 2, day 3, and number of confirmed cases they have. Okay, number of confirmed cases in axis. This is per day. And these are the countries. If you see green color, red color line, these are the countries, different countries. So you tell me with which country do you want to compare? Please mention any 2-3 countries.
China and US.
India and US, China and US, China and US. Okay.
China and US.
Yeah. So just a second. Meanwhile, Kiran has a problem. Kiran, can you please share your screen?
Yeah, I'll share it.
So, okay. Right. Actually, now I understand. The problem here is, Kiran, you have used, remove that and you can put difference. You can drag and drop outside like this.
This one should be in the label, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool then.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So let's compare China and US. Okay. These two countries we'll compare. So what we can do is, I think let's duplicate this sheet. Why to prepare again? Let's duplicate this sheet. China versus US. What I've done is I've duplicated the sheet, cumulative total cases. In this filter, it's only for India, but we want to filter for 2 countries. So 2 steps you have to do. Number 1, in this drop down, you have to click on edit filter. Click on this drop down and you only select, first of all, you clear all and only select China and US. Apply. Okay. So combining China and US, these are the number of records in both the countries, 888036. But I wanted to show you 2 lines. This is combining both and giving you 1 line. So if you want 2 lines, drag this country into color. Drag this country into color. And that's a graph for US and China. If you want to compare any country, you can always click on this button. Edit filter is 1 button and show filter is there 1 button. So I can select Italy and Spain. Are you able to do it? Anyone left behind?
My graph is coming different.
Yeah. Please share your screen. Okay. You can scroll on the right hand side, extreme right. Okay, done. Now just keep your cursor on the last orange color line. Right. In US today, 26,000 cases have been detected today, 19th April. And in China, somewhere 18 or some number it's showing 18 cases. Actually, it is showing per day cases, everyday cases.
Fine.
But if you want to see cumulative total, yes, at the bottom. No, click outside. On that sum of difference drop down.
This one?
Here.
Okay.
You have to click on this drop down, quick table calculation and running total. Okay. So I'll tell you why 2 numbers are visible on that. When you keep your cursor there, 2 numbers are visible. It's one is total and second is per day count. Here, actually, it should give you 7,58,000 number. So what you have to do is you have to first of all remove this outside. Yes, remove. And control click, drag and drop it here.
This one?
Yeah, this one. Control click, drag and drop. Control Z. Control click, drag and drop. No.
You want another copy of this?
Exactly. Yes. Perfect. So what happened was we are doing this table calculation. That's a delta sign, which is coming here. Means it's a calculation. Done. So total US has 7,58,000. Coming back, these are like comparing countries together here. Okay. So world map we have done. We have created per day count. We have created cumulative total also.
Sorry, Pavan, it may be repeating, which I missed it. So what is the significance of this mark section? When you pull any field here, that will drive the 3rd dimension into it, or?
No, suppose I am creating a simple chart here, like this one, in descending order. So number 1, if I drag difference into label, it's giving a label.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Again, if I drag this difference into size, so what will happen is the bigger value will have bigger size, smaller values will have small size.
Okay.
On the other hand, if I drag and drop into color, so what it is trying to convey, The bigger size, darker color, smaller value, light color. Yeah. So based on the requirement, it can be used. And this is a tooltip. The values are changing, so you can modify this tooltip and write it here something. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now let me just clean my data set first. 1 second. I'm just creating here a simple chart here, and this is country data. I'm creating a dashboard. Dashboard I'm showing you for the first time. Dashboard is collection of all the charts together. So I'll just first make the size as automatic full screen that you can ignore for time being. And on the left hand side, these are the different visuals I have already created. These are the sheet names. I'll drag any 4 sheets. First one, a world map. Second one, I'll pick up day wise count. Third one, I'll pick up cumulative total. Fourth, I'll pick up country data. Okay, one by one, I've picked up all the sheets here. Now, the question here is, if I click on US, all the sheets should show me data for US only. So if I click on US, it should show me for US. So only one button click and I'll be able to show you the answers here. Select the chart and then click on this button, use as filter. So you see 7995, some cases are there. And if I want to show you the proper method here, yeah, I will just I'll click on US and you can see the values distributed. Okay, so I'll just go down and somewhere I'll try to search India 14,000, 18,000, not 14,000. Now it's 18,000. So I'll just click on India. Okay, on the left hand side, you can see what we have prepared. This is day wise count. Today it was 1900 count. Total 18,000. In the map, it is 18,000 clearly. So what I did was create a dashboard, drag and drop, and then clicked on some button that is for filtering the values. And now if I click on Spain, the status of Spain is this much today.
Yeah, so then got in trouble with the Tableau installation actually. So the installation was fine, and when I closed all the sheets, right now it is giving me the license error again. I'm not able to proceed. So if I have to uninstall, will I lose all the data that was created before? Because it is not letting me do anything now.
Okay, show me your screen.
Yeah.
Please share your screen.
Can you see?
If you click on 14 days start trial,
it doesn't allow. It says, okay. So if I have to uninstall this, right? Because it will not even allow a different version now.
It will allow.
No, so this is what has happened here. If you see the installation directory, right? I tried installation and tried the repair option also.
No, so
can you see?
I got it. Try for one more version, and you can do that. I use multiple versions on my laptop.
Okay, so a fresh installation of a different version you are.
Yes, yes.
So this is what I have right now.
I think this is not working. 2020, right? Okay. Click on that URL.
Right.
On the browser URL. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So here, yeah, on this page you can download different version. You can bookmark this page. It will be required. So let's say you download now 2019 point any other version.
Okay, I'll go one below then 4.3 or something like that.
Yes. Okay. You try for that. Yeah, okay. It should work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and it will allow me to install now, right?
Yes, it should. Yeah. So let's prepare a dashboard here for COVID-19 cases. So I hope you have prepared at least 3 sheets at least. Let me delete the unnecessary one. So one more sheet you have to prepare. This is the one which is a simple bar chart for country and difference. So in the 4th sheet, country into rows, difference into columns, country into rows and difference into columns, and difference into label, and sort in descending order. Next, one more thing you have to do. Please remove all the filters from all the sheets. These are the 4 sheets we have created. Remove all the filters from all the sheets. Right. So we have 4 sheets. These are the 4 sheets we have. Now we are ready to create a dashboard. So what will happen is in this dashboard, we'll pick up all these 4 sheets and try to connect all of them together. Okay. How to do that? You have to click on this second plus button at the bottom to create a new dashboard. click on this plus button at the bottom to create a new dashboard. This space which is on the right hand side is not utilized properly. It is like empty space right now. So if you want to use that space completely, okay, so this is just a grayed out space. Whatever dashboard you create, it will be created in this space only. So if you want to utilize the space, you have to increase the size of the screen. Click on desktop browser and click on fixed size. Click on desktop browser, click on fixed size and automatic. We can increase or decrease the page size depending upon the number of visuals, whom do you want to show, what is the layout, what is the device. So select automatic. It will expand the screen and you can also use visuals here. What did I do was clicked on this button here, selected fixed size and selected automatic. Now, one by one, you have to pick up this 4 sheets and drag and drop it into the canvas. You have to just drag and drop one by one and drop into canvas. So you have to be careful. Just observe. We have to put 4 sheets on the dashboard, 4 sheets. So number 1, world map, drag and drop. It will occupy 100% space on your screen, 100. First one I picked up, world map. Second one, when you pick up, it will occupy 50% of your screen size, 50. You drag and drop anywhere, let's say right now. Third one, you drag and drop anywhere, but it will take 25% space, 25. Suppose you made a mistake while drag and drop by mistake here and there you can always press Ctrl Z. If you want to undo that step, Ctrl Z. And the fourth one, I can just drag and drop into this canvas here. The right hand side legend is not required for time being. You can just click on that delete button. You can select that legend, this legend, and you can just press cross button. Now this is the main 2 topics we'll see right now. The question here is, if you click on US, all the visuals should filter for US data. If you click on Spain, all the visuals should filter for Spain. So select that chart, select the column chart, and then click on this button. Select the column chart and you can click on this button here. So you can use as a filter. And now if I click on France, I can see all the sheets filtering for France. How to deselect? Again, you can click on that bar and it will deselect. Again, click on that bar, selected bar, it will deselect. Okay, now we'll give a good title to this dashboard. So you can click on this bottom button is there, show dashboard title. Just click on this checkbox, show dashboard title. And you can double click on this dashboard title. I can double click and write here as COVID. Now, suppose you are presenting this data to some country, for that only that country you want to show. What you can do is you can quickly bring a filter drop down box here. So you can click on this button. You can select the chart and click on this small drop down and select the option filter. Select the visual. Yeah. Country, region. On the right hand side, you'll get this filter box. So you can present the data for whichever country you're looking for. But the problem is using this filter option, it is occupying almost 10% space of my screen size. 10%. We cannot afford for a single filter to occupy that space. So you can always click on the drop down. You can select that filter, click on the drop down and select this option, single value drop down, or let's say multiple value drop down. Select filter, click on small button and then click on multiple value drop down. So screen size occupied less and you can use it for other.
So Pavan, one question over here.
Yes.
So, let's say if we are analyzing the data only for Asia Pacific countries. So
okay.
The number of countries are more than, let's say, 150. And I want to pre-select only probably like 10 countries which are in the Southeast Asia. So how do I do that? Like grouping within the list of countries?
Yes, actually grouping for that, I'll show you the method. I have created a new sheet here and I'll just group 4 or 5 countries in Asia right now. How to group it? So number 1, I'll just right click on this country region and create a group. In the new sheet, I'll come to a new sheet, right click on any column, right now region, create group. And here I'll give the name as continents. Yes, we mentioned as continent, right?
Region,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll try to search here for India. It's difficult, but one by one you have to search and add it.
Instead of searching and adding, let's say I have the list of countries handy. So you just have to refer to that particular.
Yes, you can do a data blending. You can do a similar kind of joins. That is easier. That is faster. Allow me 1 minute and I'll show you that thing. I'll give the name as continent. You help me with the names, right? Please. Continent and countries. Okay. I'll write as Asia. Here you have India, Singapore. Correct me if I'm wrong. Singapore. Then we have Malaysia. Yes. Any other country you have?
Pakistan, Bangladesh, and
This is for Asia. Apart from that, any other continent? One more we'll add.
Australia.
Australia will come as a continent. Australia
It's a continent and a country.
and a country. Yes, that's it. Right. So name of the sheet is continent, and I'll just close the sheet here. When I bring in Tableau, I'll just click on this plus sign. This topic we have in detail, but since you have asked the question, quickly I'll tell you. Here I can just click on new data source and pick up that Excel file. Continent, I'll drag and drop, and I'll come to a new sheet here. Now, this question someone has asked me how to connect two data sources. So I'm right now connecting two data sources. One is COVID-19 CSV file with continent Excel file. Two files I'm connecting here. So from here, I'll pick up continent into rows. So I have two continents, but I'll pick up countries from the other table. So when I click on this secondary file, if I pick up country into, I know people will get confused when I drag and drop it here. So I'll just show you verbally here. I'm doing something at the backend, but yes. So this is the data I have. So what did I do was, just a second. I picked up the first from continent. I picked up continent, and countries I'll not pick up from here. Countries I'll pick up from this COVID-19 cases, and this is the country option here. So I'll drag and drop country from this field. So how do I understand that I've connected two data sources? So number one, you see the color. Blue color stands for primary data source. Orange color stands for secondary data source. Blue color, which is not given here, it's a primary. Orange color stands for secondary data source. And this link will tell you what is a common column between two files. Common column between two files. So the answer is yes. I don't want you to confuse, but the answer is yes, you can connect.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. I hope you have got the filters. Now what you can do is this filter, you can drag and drop here. Okay. How to drag and drop? Select this heading and you can drag and drop in the center here. So from this drop down, you can select whichever country you want and filter out. But it is taking a lot of space. So I won't recommend you to do this. Just have a look here. Control Z. I won't ask you to do this. The simplest method, this filter will make it floating. Floating means you can take it anywhere. You can take it anywhere. So I can click on this drop down, select the option as floating. When you select floating, you can take this filter anywhere easily like this. Okay, so obviously we'll do some alignment part also, but here the filter part has come. Okay, Control Z, Control Z. How did I do that? I clicked on the drop down, filter drop down and selected the option floating. That's a filter box. The cosmetic part like alignment, background, foreground, borders, everything we will be covering that, but this is a simple dashboard we have created. Now, still there's a topic left here. When I select, suppose a country named as India, if I select India country, only this chart is getting changed. Which one? This bar chart. Not all the charts are changing. If I select something, Afghanistan, only this visual is changing. What if I want to apply this setting on all the charts? So you can click on this drop down, apply to worksheets, selected worksheets. Click on that filter drop down, apply worksheets and selected worksheets. And I'll select all the worksheets which are in the dashboard right now. There are 4 sheets and click on OK. So now whichever country you select, it will change all the visuals.
What is the best approach actually? So if you are building multiple dashboards, and then if we have a certain filter conditions for each dashboard. Each dashboard has 4 to 5 worksheets. What is the best approach of creating filters? So should we create filters at the sheet level and then apply them on the dashboard, or open up all the filters in the worksheet level and then create those filters at the dashboard level? What you are showing us.
Right now, I'm opening the data for entire world. So end user can play with the data filters. So even if you do not have the filters in the sheet, so for example, I'm talking about device count. Here, if you observe, I'll remove the filters. I do not have a filter right now in this device sheet. So if I go to dashboard, I can bring a filter anytime by clicking on this drop down, filters like this, month, day and year of the day. So it came here and it is very small in size. So I can just drag and drop somewhere. Obviously the alignment part we have to see. So on the runtime, you can bring those filters. No need of creating at the sheet level possible. But what happens sometimes you don't want the end user to play with the dates and some confidential or not confidential, I can say, but data you should not play with. Otherwise it will disturb the dashboard. So those you can filter at the sheet level, but the end user will not be able to understand. For example, this data is for Jan, Feb and March and April, 4 months, but you want end user to only see data for April month. So you can drag the date into filters and you can just filter, let's say month, next, and in this case only select April. Okay, so this is April data and you're not giving a permission to the end user to select the option from the right hand side, neither here and nor in the dashboard. So in the dashboard also there is no option. So it depends upon the condition where you want to use it. So this is only April data, right? That's what you're asking, right? Where you should put filters.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. So that's a simple dashboard. Rest cosmetic part we can work out on this. Any queries? Yes. So I have a question for you. I'm just checking whether you will be able to do it or not. That's a simple dashboard with, I think, yeah, COVID-19 dashboard they have prepared. And just want to show you, this is a simple bar chart that is based on a filter. These three are a line chart. What they've done is, why it looks so clean? Because the background they have removed, the lines, grid lines they have removed. This is a map only for specific state. I think this is for or some country. And this is again a tabular format table. This is the table format. That's a table format. And yeah, California case studies. And again, this is a simple data. So the only thing they are focused is on cleaning and presentation. Rest, if you see technically, you can prepare, I think, most of the topics here. Right. So any queries, any doubts, let me know. Okay, so I'll take this last topic here, which will be very interesting for you to get an idea. Real-time touch. So that's a website which you might have seen in this last 1 or 2 months, COVID-19 cases across the world. If you open any table, let's say this is a table. If you click on Spain, what I want you to focus is focus on the URL and let me know what is changing there. Focus on this URL. And if I select any country, what is changing? That you have to tell. So if I click on Spain, you can see country Spain is there. But when I go down and yeah, if I go back and again click on some other country. Now if I click on France, observe only the last word is changing, last word in the URL. Country / France / something is changing there. So now the question here is, I'll bring this country into rows. Whenever if I click on Afghanistan, it should go to that web page, which I've shown you right now, and show you the details for Afghanistan page only. So if I click on Belgium, it should show me the data for Belgium on that website. That's the question here. And how do we get it? You have heard about hyperlink in Excel. Same way we can apply something known as actions. So number one, what I'll do is I'll copy the URL from here. The URL of this link I'll copy and come to Tableau. In Tableau, I'll just go to worksheet menu bar and click on actions. Actions works like your hyperlink. Worksheet menu bar, actions. I'll do it twice, just observe for the first time. And here in actions, I can add a filter action, which will go to some URL. There are many types of actions. So I'll go to URL and right now, the sheet where I'm working is right now sheet 6. Sheet 6 is my source and target is the URL. So source sheet should be only sheet 6. So I'll select from this drop down sheet 6. That's my sheet 6 and the URL I'll just paste quickly here. Control V. I'll just click on this button, select. Okay, so 3 changes I've done. Number 1, selected source. Number 2, selected URL. Number 3, clicked on this button, select button. I'll just click on OK and click on OK. So if I click on Brazil, this ABC, it's jumping to France, no problem. If I click on Finland ABC, if I click here, it is still going to France. I'll close the browser. So the problem is because the target I have gave as France, so therefore it's jumping to France. Let me go and fix that. If I click on actions, edit the action which I've created, I'll delete this France word, which is a rigid value or fixed value, and I'll replace it with the country. Country is a column name, is a parameterized value now. Okay, only the last word I've changed. And now if I click on OK button and click on OK, now if you see, if I click on France, France already is there. If I click on Germany, Germany web page. If I click on something, let's say Denmark, it opens Denmark. So if you're trying to, link, ask your customers to jump somewhere, you can use this option. Okay, let's do it together. Country into rows, and I'll send you the URL in the chat window, and you can go to worksheet menu bar actions. Worksheet menu bar actions. Actions work like your hyperlink, and add an action which will go to URL. Select the source from here, from this drop down. 3 steps. Select source, paste the target, and click on select button. Then replace this France text with this drop down country and click on OK. Click on OK and OK. And now you can click on anywhere in this column, in this box here. Obviously, we'll modify this properly. So there is one error which you are getting here. Yes, right. So please observe one thing is a problem here. Whenever you type a word, a country with more than one word, like say Saudi Arabia, in our text we have spaces, but in the URL it will not accept spaces. It has the word as hyphen as a separator. So we have to create some calculation where we'll be replacing all the spaces with hyphen. Let me check one more case. So if I search for New Zealand, if I see for New Zealand, the URL here, new hyphen Zealand. So all the countries are, separated by hyphen. So the workaround for this one is we have to use a function named as replace. Let me try. If it works, we'll do it again. I'll just create a calculated field. And here I'll write country without space. So the function name is replace. I want to replace in double quotes country, comma substring is space. I want to replace by this hyphen. See, that's a function. That's a syntax. Replace string, which is a region, comma substring is double quote space. I want to replace with hyphen. Okay, do not worry. We have calculation topic tomorrow. And on the right hand side, also you can get a help for that replace function. So this is a very good place where you can get the help. This will tell you an example, a syntax, and an explanation if you search for replace. Right. So I'll just click on apply and OK. And I can just drag and drop country without space into text. So if I click on New Zealand now, okay, so I have to remove this country outside, this also outside, and drag that country without space into rows. Okay, and suppose Saudi Arabia somewhere down. Yeah, this is one country. And if I click on this button here, it will open that web page. New Zealand. Worksheet actions, sheet 7. Yep, New Zealand is working. I'll try one more, Saudi Arabia, and I'll click on this ABC. 100% it's working. So please follow the steps now. You can first of all clear the sheet. Okay, I think you create a new sheet. Please create a new sheet and go to analysis menu bar, create calculated field. Analysis menu bar, create calculated field. Here we'll mention something, let's say country without space, just to understand a column name, country without space, and this function will write as replace. Okay, so I'm just clicking on apply. Okay, I'll drag and drop into rows, and we can go to worksheet menu bar, actions. because since we have created new sheet, we are again going to actions and go to URL. Here you select the source sheet as sheet 8. In my case, it's sheet 8. Replace France with that column, new column which you have created. And check, it should work now.
Pavan, I see one more option. There is a menu option in the actions. Maybe that can be used when you have more filters, right? More actions kind of things.
Yes. Menu option can be used, yes. Before jumping, it will ask you whether you want to go or not.
Select,
yeah. That also will cover.
What is hover in that case?
Yeah, hover. Right. So everyone, I hope you're able to do it, at least this one. Yes. Can I display a link on? So instead of this ABC, I think there should be a text. So we can bring that country into text, the country original column into text. So what will happen is when you bring that country column into text, wherever the space was that will not be visible, but link will work with hyphen. So Central Africa Republic, when you search, it will search with hyphen, but it will show with space. Okay, so you can put country region into text. Okay, all right. So now I'll show you something interesting. Actions topic here. What is the use of menu and how do we use it in real time? Number one, I'm going to create a map for entire world. Okay, and whenever a person keeps the cursor on India map, it will show details about India in a browser. If they keep cursor on US, it will show detail about US. So I'll create here a map for, let's see, we'll try. So country and difference I'll pick up and create a map, which you have already done. Nothing new in this. Okay, this one we have created already. So I'll just rename the sheet as map 1. That's it. And create a new dashboard. So I'll do it twice. Just have a look first time. Here I'll just make the size as automatic. Okay. And I'll pick up the newly created sheet as map 1. So just observe first because it would be easy for you to first see and then we can do it together. Now, when I keep my cursor on Russia, it is usually taking to a default browser like Chrome, Mozilla Firefox. I don't want to go there. I want to see at the bottom right here all the details. So we have a separate personal browser available in Tableau desktop. The name is web page. So let me drag that web page and drop it at the bottom and give the URL as www.google.com. Now this is my personal browser. Okay, this is my personal browser. I can search here VMware, enter. So it will give me the VMware details. It's like your Google browser, but separately. If I write Pune, enter, it will give you details about Pune. Now the question here is, if I keep my cursor on US, if I just hover, if I keep my cursor here, at the bottom, it should show data for US only. So we know the source is map 1, that's the map 1, and the target is this browser. So we know we have learned actions, but in worksheet menu bar, actions is different. And in dashboard menu bar, actions is different. They have separate different actions. So in dashboard menu bar, actions, and here I'll add a URL action. Steps are same, no difference, but only thing is they are different for dashboard and sheets. So here I can click on this go to URL. Source is dashboard 2, map 1. Control V, instead of France, I'll make it as flexible value, not a rigid value. I'll select the option country region. You have to understand the problem will come for Saudi Arabia, multiple words, it will come the problem here. We'll fix that. However, I want to show you hover option. Select option, by clicking hover option, just keep your cursor. Okay and okay. Now, if I keep my cursor on this place, okay, I think this window, if I bring on the left hand side, would be more better. Now, if I keep my cursor on US, Canada, I'm not clicking, I'm just moving my cursor on that. Okay, so that is your hover option. Sometimes it would be disturbing. Some people have motion sickness. Okay, they don't like to see objects moving. Okay, for them, what you can do is you can go to dashboard menu bar, actions, double click on the last action, and you can give them a select menu button and click on OK. What menu button will do, even if you keep your cursor or even if you click on that, it will not jump. So here there's a link which is given, hyperlink 4. When they click on that, only then it will change. Once again, if you click on the location US, it will not open. When you click on this button, that's a link, only then it will change. Brazil, click, then only it will change. So dashboard menu bar actions, and if I double click here, there are three options: hover for people who don't have motion sickness, and select button is a traditional method. Menu button, it will not disturb you, only if you ask, then it will go. So you can be specific. For more details, click here. For more details about, I'm giving a space and I'll just select the option country. Okay, let me zoom in. This is actually a name of the action. So I'll write as for more details about dash dash dash, click here. What should be in this about? There should be a country name. And when I click on this OK and OK, now if you see, when I click on this Russia, very smart. Okay, so that's a dashboard. Like this, we have many examples on dashboards. So let's do it practically. What I did was, yeah. So first of all, let's create a map for world by using this country and difference. Let's create a world map. Number one, I'll show you a new step. Just hold on. Why to use every now and then the same steps? Step number one, country into detail. Step number one, country into detail, difference into color. Country into detail and difference into color. So it creates a same world map, but the other method I've shown. If you want, you can change the color also. The most affected country should be in red color, less affected in light red. So you can always click on color button, edit colors, color button, edit colors, and click on this blue color, change the red color here. You can click on this color to change the color. Rename the sheet as map 2. Rename the sheet as map 2 and create a new dashboard. Rename the sheet as map 2 and create a new dashboard, and you can drag this map 2 sheet into this canvas and web page at the bottom. Drag map 2 into the dashboard and also drag this web page at the bottom and type www.google.com, drag map and drag the web page. The size of the screen looks very small. I mean, the right hand side space is not utilized properly, the space. So if you want to increase the size, click on desktop browser, click on fixed size and click on automatic. Desktop browser, fixed size and click on automatic. I think this browser should be either on the left or right. So you can select that browser and you can just drag it on the left somewhere. Now, after you create this, we have to go to dashboard menu bar actions, dashboard menu bar actions, add, or you can say as go to URL, go to URL. Here the source is dashboard 3 map 2, which is correct. And the target you can use using Control V. You can paste the URL. Replace the word France with the column name. You can delete that France and replace it with country region and click on hover button and click on OK. Hover button is important and click on OK and click on OK. So the moment you hover, the country data will be visible there. So as I said, some people have motion sickness. If you do not want this hover option, you can edit the action anytime. Please go to dashboard menu bar actions, go to dashboard menu bar actions and edit the action. Edit the action. Two changes you have to do here. Number one, you have to select this as menu. Number two, we'll give a good name here. So for more details about space, and you can just click here. And instead of that space, you can replace with country region and click on OK. Right. So click on OK and OK. And now you can check. It will not immediately move. It will ask your permission and only then it will change the location or change the website. So now if I click on Brazil at the bottom, I'll get a link, hyperlink. Then only it will jump to Brazil web page. So that's the topic we have seen, actions and then dashboard, actions and dashboard. So I've shown you a real-time dashboard for COVID-19, which is going on. And we have seen this text, date and number filters. We'll do this topic again and again because we have just finished 10% of, I can say 20-30% of actions. Dashboard, there are many options to be yet covered. So today was, I think, the easiest part. Tomorrow, a level of difficulty will increase. What in terms of different charts, complicated charts, in terms of functions, we'll see how to write calculations and work with parameters, dashboard actions, many. Okay, I hope you have got the syllabus. What is the topic we'll be covering? Have you
Yes,
received
sir.
that? Yeah. So at the end of the day, we'll be covering all the topics, but I'm not going with the flow. As and when the question comes, the flow accordingly, I'm going here. Yeah. And I'll make sure topics are completed till the end. So as I said, completely practical, 99% practical, no theory. All right, that's it.